to all these units, which she needs to one round everything.
Right, here we go. Oh god. Need to turn my mic volume down a bit. There we go. Hello everyone, it's been a while since we've been here. Was that a subscription from Jeff just then? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeff. I was like, wait a minute, why can't I hear Jeff? That's why.
So remember I said I hadn't died before?
Oh, shut up, you. Oh dear. Good times. It's supposed to be an unsubscribe. That's fair enough. Alright, enough of that. Actually, I like that. If you look at the top of the stream, just Jazzar over and over again. That's what if you do a dissection of my mind. That's all you see over and over again. Jazzar for eternity. It's lovely. How are we all? It's really nice to be back here. And well, I don't know how long this stream will be. I'll play it by ear a little bit. But I've been waiting for this bloody thing to come out for months. The Virtua Racing re-release. It's taken way too long because it came out in Japan a couple of months ago. Fully translated as well, and if I'd known it was going to be this long, I would have just bought it off that eShop. If I can, I like to consolidate stuff under my UK Nintendo account, but I could have been playing Virtual Racing for 2 months. I mean, if you look at the... sorry, bear with me, just trying to hook my Pro Controller in. It's been synced to one of my brother's switches. Yeah, if you look at actually the account that's highlighted, the Shy Guy one, that's my Japanese account. Which actually I haven't used that to buy anything now that I think about it. Why is this not syncing up? Come on. I've used my US one to buy a few things actually. Puyo Puyo Tetris was one, because that was a lot cheaper on there than a few days earlier, I think. Cool. Yeah, I think we're all sorted in terms of I'll have to have a check on game audio to make sure that's alright. It's been a while. Looks like Sonic R, but you're in the car. Looks like CTR, but you're in the car. Oh, I was trying to play that yesterday, just every time. You know, I figured it out. If you're connected online, it does something with the network, and that's why I'm getting error messages on it. The problem is, the only thing I really want to do with it now is play online. So it's a bit of a bugger, that, but... I suppose others have suffered worse fates. Right, enough stolen. So yeah, they've done a bunch. Oh look. It's my bait. Right, let's make sure the audio's not too loud on the TV. Yeah, I've been waiting for them to do 3D re-releases like this. They've done so many, like this Team M2, they've done a lot of lovely SEGA AGES titles, kind of re-releases on a lot of their 2D stuff. And they've done lovely little adjustments to them, kind of a few quality of life improvements. Like the version they've done on, see if I can find that. There we go, Phantasy Star. Like, that is by far the best way to play the original Phantasy Star now. Like, it has auto map. It has like an item list built in, a lot of little lovely improvements like that. I've got Thunder Force 4 off there as well. I think it might be a weird issue though, Cricken, like, because I was trying to join it with Faz, another streamer, on it, and he was finding full rooms, and I wasn't. I think there's weird network issues with it. I don't think the online's going to be dead on it, because it's been selling well enough for that. There's something weird there. Oh, can I change the car colour? Maybe I have to unlock that. Yeah, so they get a lot of nice little options, yeah. Pretty obvious. Actually, no, I think I probably want, I want the gas pedal to, yeah, hold on. Let's make that the gas pedal, so I can use the right trigger for that. Gas pedal, make that the brake. Because there's a, I know on Crash Team Racing, the remake, there's an option to have it like that, isn't there? But I don't necessarily use that for kart racers. I mean, it's fine for Sonic games, because those play like arcade racers anyway, but for a kart racer like Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing, I'll use the A button to get the bloody words out of my mouth. To accelerate, there we go. Actually, do I want... Oh yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, that should all do. Yeah, you could use motion controls as well. Which, even as somebody who likes, like, I like motion aiming and stuff like that, I never go into it for, Oh, that's clever. You can use the right stick to accelerate as well for more of an analog phone. Okay. Yeah, I've never been that keen on motion steering for games like this. And yeah, this has got online races as well. And you can also have up to 8 players on it locally. Which I really hope I get to do that at Nintendo South Wales meet. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's see what it looks like, shall we? Oh, this does look nice. Yeah, so they've rendered this at full HD, 1080p, all that good stuff, and I think it's 720 on the handheld. And it's also 60 FPS, so I'm happy, especially because the original wasn't. So they would have, and it would have been one of those games where a lot of the game logic was coded to work at 30 FPS. So they've done wonders here. Like, they've gone really above and beyond. I still would have gotten this if it was 30, but it being 60, so... Look at them! Look at all my mates. Look at all the polygons on them. His faces. Well, absolute legends. Look at the guy on the floor. That's my eternal state of life, that. Yeah, this is why I want them to do more 3D games like this. Because I mean, basically, anytime they do a SEGA Ages re-release, it usually ends up being the definitive version of the game, if not at least a really good one. Like the oh god. Well, we're probably gonna pick that anyway, so that's okay. Cheers, lads. Right, what we got? Hey. So, this came out in, wait, am I on automatic, I think? Oh, and the other thing as well, the original had, like, loads of pop-in, I believe. Which this one does not. Well, the original had... Oh, good. Oh, dear. So, yeah, like, you can just see as far as the track goes on there. Well, okay, I think I saw the Ferris wheel pop-in. But at the very least, the draw distance has been expanded considerably. So they've done a lovely job with this. I do wish they would release these on everything. They are Switch only. It'd be nice if like everyone could play these. I'd probably like them on PC, but I'm certainly happy getting the portable version on this as well. In fact, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be playing this portably. But yeah, this is kind of a bit of a watershed game, this is very much one of Sega's early... like, they really hopped on 3D rendering quite quickly with the arcades. And, yeah, as I say, this was 92. Like, even it running at the original 30 FPS, that was still so impressive for that time. To have a game of this caliber running that smoothly. I mean, it was like a stupidly expensive arcade cabinet, so... like, you wouldn't get the game looking like this in the home, running this smoothly in 92, but... Still pretty... And then Daytona USA the year after was, like, probably even more impressive in a way, but this is still quite a landmark Sega title. And it's also one that's never really had a proper home port. So this release is really nice in that sense. I think there is a way to, like, revert it to the original quirks as well, so... If you want, like, the original frame rate and whatnot. So if you want the accuracy, it's there as well, but... I'm always kind of like, well, if you can do any kind of technical improvement, that's only better for the game. I'm absolutely going to say that. Yeah, sorry, I'm not really interacting with chat. It's quite tough to have a racing game, isn't it? No, I don't think you can. So the weird thing is, like, yeah, Sega really adopted that Virtua name for so many of their games. I don't think a single one of them is virtual reality. Maybe that's why they took the L off at the end, so you wasn't go thinking that. But especially, like, these came out in the 90s as well, so you'd be forgiven for thinking they'd probably pertain to that, right? But yeah, it's cool this has online racing as well. I think they're only 2-player, which is a bit of a shame, especially because you can do, as I say, 8-player split screen offline. Which I adore that as an option. But yeah, there's a really good Digital Foundry retro episode on this re-release and the various ports of this game. Like, there is a very impressive, considering the hardware, Mega Drive port of this. It was like the Super FX games on Super Nintendo where they stuck a chip in the cartridge to help it like render all the 3D and whatnot. It's obviously still really, really scaled back, but it's not bad, you know, for what it is. And there was like a port on the 32X. Oh god, it's gonna be clutch, isn't it? Hey! We are the best man racer person, consisting of 5 polygons. Look at us! Oh my god, these are faces everyone's mother could love. Thank you, miss. Oh, how nice. Look how elated we are. I know, right? Look at that guy in the background! Look at the guy in the background! He's doing his spin dance. Oh my gosh. Oh, that I wanted to see in VR. I wanted that cap to like smack me in the face. Oh my gosh. Oh, video game narrative never got better than that, did it? Yeah, it's really just about made that. I'm so glad we did. It's like guy in the background. I just want that forever on loop, just like on this screen in every facility I go to. It's a Skypop driving. Hello, Ben. Well, yeah, it's a 1992 arcade game. So considering that, it's pretty amazing. This is a lovely re-release of it, as I say. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, so to play 7-speed manual mode, holding start button, step on gas pedal. Or do I have to stick my control on the floor? Yeah, let's try. Oh god. Actually, wait, what is the start button? So I never get to actually start. Oh no, maybe it is. Oh no, it's X. Okay, cool. Yeah, so did that count? No, I think we're still automatic. Ah well. Yeah, I love me a Sega arcade racer. I always used to be kind of wowed by them in the arcades. So I was born too late, I think, to sort of experience the proper golden age of arcades, or even like the silver age. Like, I've never seen a Street Fighter 2 cabinet in the flesh, unfortunately. I remember always seeing like Sega arcade racers one way or another, like Scud Race, I think it was called. I just love that general kind of Sega veneer from this time, like just really kind of poppy visuals, really kind of good sense of speed. And this is kind of as I say, one of the earliest cases of that, at least when it comes to polygonal 3D games. Of course, they did a lot of stuff with sprites in the 80s and 90s, which I love as well. In fact, Outrun is re-released on the Switch as well. Although that's one of those ones where I own that on 3DS as well, and I actually really like the 3D on those. I pretty much I think I did buy all of them, actually. The Sega Ages 3D titles they did, and they pretty much all uniformly have really good 3D implementation. And especially stuff like Outrun or Space Harrier, where a lot of the sprites are... It actually does genuinely help to have useful depth perception on those. Because they're doing Space Harrier on Switch as well, which I'm probably not going to make that a high priority purchase. As much as I love Space Harrier, because I'll probably just keep my 3DS around for games like that. But anything like this, which benefits from HD rendering, I'll absolutely get. I mean, I don't know how many... They haven't really got any other... They have got a bunch of Sega Ages titles planned, but none of them are really any more 3D ones, unfortunately. Because arguably those are the ones that benefit the most from a re-release like this. So say, like, if you do a comparison of this with the arcade version, it's night and day in terms of like the clarity and whatnot. Sega, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. So yeah, they've done like a mix of arcade and Master System and Mega Drive games. As I say, I've got Phantasy Star 1 on here, which is Master System. And I want to pick up, there's a couple on here I want to get actually. Game Ground is a really underrated little cool Sega top-down action game. And the version of Alex Kidd on this is meant to be really good as well. So it has a few quality of life improvements to it. Got to get Cumberdanes on that one, move. But yeah, this is really cool. I think it's probably bettered by like Daytona USA the year after, but this still definitely has its appeal and charm. So I love this as well. You can kind of this was definitely a bit of a oh. That was a good time to go onto that camera, wasn't it? Can I go you know, cockpit, well, somewhat cockpit view in 92. Not bad. Usually around this time, like, or like even into the late 90s, any kind of 3D racing game, you do this view, and you're just like, it's like your little first-person Navi from Ocarina of Time just on the track, you know? It's, ooh, that time limit is strict, isn't it? Ow. So there'll be one of those races where you still have momentum. When time runs out, you might just about be able to make the,
I am nature's greatest miracle.
Oh shit, can you hear my fan? Oh, damn it. Right, let me... Oh, this is on the lowest setting. Could you still hear that, really? I would prefer to have a fan on, because of how warm it is, but... It's really... But I play with it. Is it really bad? Because I obviously don't really want that, like I'm in the car, is it? Well, you can definitely hear it now when I walk closer to it, if I put it back as far as I can. The thing is, I've listened back to streams where you can hear the fan and it sounds bloody awful. But it's on the lowest setting, so you can't hear it, can you? Okay, cool. Well, you probably should be able to now. So that's good. Yeah, I think I've moved it back far enough. God, I forgot how bloody loud I made some of these sound effects. Oh dear. I have got a double-sided post-it, have I? Oh, yeah, cool, here it is. With, what's this called? Yeah, Loco Roco, Falcon Punch. Oh my god, they're all coming. I've got Carl Let's Go Shopping. There you go, Jeff. I've got a few more from that Robotnik Win the Race. I've got Penguin Yay 1 on there, yeah, so... Got my work cut out for me. I'll do that in time. Right, let's actually try and... So... There we go, let's actually try manual. I actually don't mind doing manual in racing games, although it comes at a funny time because I'm driving the family's automatic car at the moment. Like in real life, so I'm using an automatic for the first time. Which I thought would ruin me going back to a manual. Thankfully it hasn't, but... I don't know if it's necessarily beneficial, but I do like feeling like you have a bit more control over the variability of the car. No, hold on. But I should probably also make sure I know what the maximum gear is. Is it 6? Oh my god, is it 7? Bloody hell. Okay, that might be a bit of a struggle, actually. It's only like 4 on Daytona USA. Why is it... Do Formula 1 cars have 7 gears? You can tell I'm not... I mean, I like seeing F1 cars on like a primal, childlike level, because they're cool. But I'm not going to pretend to know anything about them. We had the F1 game on N64, which... I think it was quite decent for the time, but I went back to it with a friend for a laugh once. And oh god, we struggled a bit with the handling on it, and the frame rate just went to die in split screen mode. Like, even by N64 standards. I remember my brother got quite a bit out of it, though, back in the day. I think it probably would have been more of a sim racer, and I like my silly, goofy arcade racers. Because, I mean, there's no way this controls like an actual F1 car does, right? But it feels good. Like, I'm not really a car nut. I've always thought myself as a bit of a failed Brit, because, like, for the longest time I'd barely seen Doctor Who. I'm not into football at all. I'm not a car guy either. And also, well, I wasn't drinking tea or coffee for a while, but that has definitely changed in recent years. So there you go. I'm sort of a failed Brit in kind of a recovering one, I suppose. But yeah, this game's cool. Again, just imagine this in 1992, though. You compare this to, like, Stunt Race FX on the Super Nintendo, which that's a game with that 3D Super FX chip. A game I'm actually quite fond of. It has a bit of charm to it. But that is so much less detailed than, like, even the original 30 FPS version of this. That is so much less smooth than that. Yeah, I've never really played this. I feel like I might have seen the arcade cabinet once. Although if I did, I can't remember why I wouldn't have played it, because I definitely would have wanted to. Maybe I was a small child without any disposable income. I bet they were still trying to charge £1 for it. Because that's the thing, as far as I remember, I just remember arcade games always being £1 for a go. Which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it, like, especially how, like, the Mario Kart arcade is kind of bonkers. You gotta spend £4 to do one Grand Prix, basically. Because every race, regardless of if you win or not, costs £1. Oh man, it's quite tough, actually. I feel like I was doing alright then as well. Oh. Yeah, I suppose not much has changed really, Jeff. Unfortunate. Right, we'll try Expert, and then I'd like to do all of these on the default settings, but you know what racing games like this are like, they can be quite quite merciless. Thank you, miss. Lovely. Okay. Jasmine's brother is an F1 driver. Yeah, I think that's right, Cricket, because you can play the Mario Kart arcade games, at least the early ones. I think they've kept making them. Yeah, you can play those on a homebrew Wii. I don't know about a homebrew GameCube, definitely. We'll try that again. Thank you for the host, Kasai. I think someone else hosted earlier as well, didn't they? Thank you very much. The Bronze of Dol. Oh, that's right, yeah. Shame, 'cause I don't think they did many arcade games on that board, did they? I think just... I remember there was a Star Fox one planned. They had like a teaser poster for it. I think the board was called Triforce, and I think, as you say, it was basically a souped-up GameCube. I don't know if it was like souped up in the way the Wii was, but probably similar on that front. Oh yeah, the other film, this is only 3 tracks. That is one thing with Sega racers from this period. They all have basically. I mean, Sonic R is only 5, and otherwise that game is flawless. And I'll hear nothing to the contrary, but. I mean, they're always so well designed. Like, say, oh god, ah. Yeah, maybe I might stick to automatic actually. If it was 4 gears, this would be a bit more manageable. But 7, man. Again, I assume that's probably the case with F1 cars. I don't know. I've never driven a. I was supposed to put a comical price on it, but then I couldn't even guess what they're worth. We'll say a lot. Yeah, look at the amount of detail for a 1992 arcade game. Just you got a lovely little rural hill, I guess. There. I don't know what this is meant to be actually. It definitely looks European, doesn't it? And yeah, this is a bit of an odd one as well. You don't have constant music, which you compare that to like Daytona USA, where you got a excitable Japanese man yelling, singing pretty good English, a bit broken, but bless him, he's so excited to sing to you the whole game. This one we just get the little stings here and there, but they do work. It's not too bad an engine noise as well. It's a little, you go to some racing games from this period, they have proper ropey engine noises. Not this too much, but yeah, I need them. Any kind of re-release they do like this of any kind of 3D game that they then render at a higher resolution, I'm all for. I mean, the thing is, I think after this they pretty much all were 60 FPS, so I don't know if there'll be many more 30 to 60 conversions. Because that is always really exciting. I mean, you can probably imagine. That's always really exciting to me. Like, that's why I was so excited for Crash and Sane on PC, and the same with the Spyro collection now. I just, like, more than the graphics upgrade, I'm more excited about just being able to play those games at such a fluid rate. So I'm all about re-releases like this that do improve things technically. Oh god. Oh, bloody hell. I don't think we're gonna pass this, but at least get as far as we can, won't we? Oh, I might try online a bit as well. I don't know how, as much as like I was like, oh, let's stream this. I don't know if this is like, these arcade games you probably can't stream for like 4 hours, you know, they're not really made for lengthy play like that, obviously. Let's have a look. Hey, Kasai Red, how you doing? It's been a while. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sorry everyone, I'll be right back. Just gonna check on something. Actually, if there's no music here.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb, without a soul? My spirit it's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up me up inside.
Oh, Cricken. Oh, Goofy. It's quite quiet, actually, isn't it? I love that bit, you can hear him cracking up. Right, I think we're going to try and... I would like to try and do the medium race. The hard one seems, well, very hard, so... let's just try automatic. Can't quite get my head around 7 gears yet. Can you hear the game well, by the way? Actually, I could probably turn the game volume up a bit now that I look at that. What we got? Let's try 7 gears in. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Let's try, yeah, I just noticed how low the game volume is. You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Right, here we go. It's still quite quiet. Let's try... Okay, it's probably a bit better. No, Jeff! Bad Jeff! Because every time I see that, I'm like instantly like, oh, he's joking, but there's still part of me that's like, oh no. Oh, funny thing as well, actually, I think, because obviously this is widescreen, and again, another nice thing with a re-release of a 3D game is they'll add widescreen to it, but I think this always was widescreen, actually. Which, again, for 92 is pretty wild, right? Oh god. That's a bit nice, we don't have to worry about gears. I've got 7 of them in hand. I like this view. I don't. I tend to like to go fairly far back with the view in racing games. Oh, you can. Oh wow! You can so obviously tell this is like a flat bitmap in the background, can't you? But again, 92, man. And honestly, the aesthetic of this game I still think is really nice. I like. I've got a real soft spot for like really low polygon, especially kind of flat shaded like this. Because I think where they tend to get a bit ugly is when you have like blurry or really low res textures. I think just kind of doing flat shaded like this tends to hold up a bit better. Like it's got that really nice, bright, vibrant Sega aesthetic, as I say. Although the weird thing is, the guy pointed this out in the Digital Foundry video. The colours are a little, would you say saturated? Or like, they're not quite the right shade. They're still quite appealing, but if you do a side-by-side comparison, I think you can notice, like, it's like they've turned the brightness up a bit. Not the end of the world, it's a bit weird, but that's probably like the only mark you could put against this port. Okay, I really like this mode, but you occasionally get problems with, like, an overhanging bridge in your way, or something else, but oh god, I hope I can get this going with 8 players at Nintendo South Wales event. I was trying to think if I'd be able to set that just to see what it looks like. I obviously don't have 7 other people here. But the windows have got to be tiny for that. I think that the funny thing is they're probably on their 1080p screen. They're probably just about the resolution of the original arcade game anyway at that point. But I like the guy in the Digital Foundry video said this, like on a big enough TV, apparently it's still quite readable, it's still quite alright, so I say do more 8-player split-screen games, why not? Test like the Bluetooth bandwidth of the Switch with Joy-Cons and whatnot. Actually, I think that's something I read as well. I think you can only use Joy-Cons on that mode, which is a bit lame. Because I just want to be able to use like GameCube controllers and stuff, which the Switch recognises as a Pro controller. I'll have to check on that though. Damn, I don't know if we'll get this one. I think this is now the difficulty where you've got to do a really pretty spotless run, which is always the case with these arcade games, at least at the default settings. it's quite nice when you get a home port and you just can like make the difficulty a little bit less like money pinching. Like you can tell they want to either get you off the cabinet or pay him more quite quickly. Yeah, this game's cool. Just, I've been waiting for this for bloody ages, and I really wish I just grabbed it off the Japanese eShop and had it 2 months earlier, but it's here now. And I hope the online's going to be reasonably active. I hope it's just as simple as like you just select it and you immediately find someone. Because it drives me nuts with a smaller release like this. They have like 10 online modes, and it's just... well, that's going to be dead like before long, so... just have one simple mode that, even if you've got a small player base, they'll all congregate towards that. Right, let's have a look at chat, sorry, it's the mixed excitement of streaming again, and also playing the nice SEGA Racing game I've wanted to play for ages. Hello, Matt. Hello. Oh, Jeff, we'll do Ballistic NG at some point. Yeah, that's a... again, thanks so much for gifting that, bless you. That's just a cool little Wipeout style racer, isn't it? It's, have you been to the gym, Matt? I think you said you were going to the gym, didn't you? Hope that went well, if so, sir. I hope everything looks and sounds alright on the stream as well. As I say, it's pretty much been set exactly how it was a while back. I've only dropped 50 frames, which is actually very good for like 43 minutes. So I could probably... maybe I'll try, probably don't need to, but I might try and increase the bit rate. Oh, well, maybe not too much. It's at 3,500. Try 3,600. Let's have a look. Just been in the arcade cabinets. Well, that's what it's simulating, yeah, because I expect you could probably link up, I guess, 4 of these back in the day, and they would have been 2 each, or maybe it would have been 8, I'm not sure. So scrap online, have 8 players, split screen local. Yeah, more you Sonic 06 your body, oh god. Oh god, does that mean you're operating at like half your typical speed every time you see like a box or something? I'll try and ride atop the back of the turtle. What was that line, Silver? So like, it really... it made me laugh and kind of grimace a bit. What was he like? This turtle's really helpful. Or something like that. He's very earnest, isn't he, Silver? And he's also slow as molasses. I couldn't get over that watching you play that, Peds. Just... that's just always going to be a disconnect if you're playing an animal-type character in the Sonic game. You expect them to be able to go quickly. Like, even in like the Sonic Adventure games, as I was saying, like, I remember Amy, even though levels aren't especially quick pace, you can still run at a good clip, and I think even Big could. You know, to be able to scarp her to that fishing, that fishing he so dearly loves, but... because that's one issue I have with the, there's that Tails Game Gear game, I think Tails Adventure, which actually seems like quite a cool game. It's kind of a bit Metroid-y, I'd say, maybe a bit, sorry about that. I've got coffee now. Hey! Sonic Drift. Oh god, Sonic Labyrinth. Yeah, that's another one where it's like... I mean, you can at least spin dash in that game, but then it's basically uncontrollable at that point. But otherwise, Sonic Drift... it's a shame, because I think that could be alright, that game. Like, I like the look of it. Kind of an isometric sort of thing. Means you'll expectedly turn around 180 degrees. Yeah, the construction on that game is quite shoddy. I mean, I did read it, it was pretty blatantly rushed for a Christmas release. I don't know, even with extended time, I think Because some of the ideas in that game are pretty flawed from the offset, regardless of implementation. But I bet if they had a bit more time, they probably at least would be able to optimize it a bit. Have slightly less awful loading times and not such crippling performance problems. Oh dear. Oh damn, this was going quite well. As I say, we're at the kind of difficulty where if we spin out, we're going to struggle a bit. I want to see the results screen again because that was hilarious. But we might have. I mean, it's not too unforgiving in terms of like we could go up the positions quite a bit, can't we? I'm guessing this is probably just set at the original difficulty. I did see as well there were 2 steering options with this. I don't know if one... I think the one that I didn't pick, which wasn't the default one, was... It was like arcade or something, so it's probably a bit closer to how the arcade game controls. Whereas this one, they've probably optimised a bit more to work on that analog stick. Does control very well, feels very responsive, and like you can do kind of minute movements, but you can also do sweeping ones. Done quite well. And yeah, I think so. This was 92. I think Virtua Fighter, which obviously that's another big early 3D Sega game. I think that was 93, maybe. I know that was proper watershed. Obviously, that was quite inspiration for Tekken and whatnot. And if I read correctly as well, I believe Sony's decision to focus on 3D for the PS1 apparently was very influenced by Virtua Fighter and the popularity of oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Ow! Oh no, we did it! Oh no, we did it, nice! Oh, I didn't realise that was the end! We only came 4th, but whatever. We actually did finish. Will we get the results screen then? Because that's not podium. Oh, damn it! I want to see how fast breakdancing guy. Yeah, I guess we'll be happy with that. At least we did get to the end of it. Oh, this has leaderboards as well. That's always good. Yeah, that was the only thing with like the 3DS Sega Ages games. They never had online, any capacity, be that online play or leaderboards. So I'm glad that's here. God, just look at that layout for split screen. If we pick that, what does a Joy-Con all? Oh damn! Yeah, it's not. It should let you use Pro controllers as well. That's a bit of a because I've only got two. I've only got the 2 Joy-Cons that came with the Switch. Oh my god. Well, okay, at least we get to see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I've read. I think with 3 or more players, it drops the frame rate to 30, which is fair enough. Really, it's like it's amazing it can just render this many anyway. Oh, look at that. As I said, I think by this point, those are probably just the original resolution the game ran at, more or less. Yeah, I could see how it could be readable. Yeah, it's... oh my gosh. I really hope I can get that set up. But yeah, you can only... It's a bit of a... I don't see why you shouldn't be able to use the Pro controller. I can understand not using 2 Joy-Cons per player, because I know when you have a lot of those, that can be a bit of a strain on like the wireless bandwidth. Oh my gosh, wonderful! God, I've got to convince 8 people to play a crusty old Sega 3D Racer on Saturday, the next Nintendo South Wales event is. If I can get them in on that. Speaking of hoping to find people, come on. There's got to be another weirdo who was waiting anxiously for this game who wants to play it. Come on, there's got to be someone who wants to play it. I was supposed to get thirds, was I? Oh, you did a clip, Jeff. Oh, that's nice, Cricket. Yeah, because the
We did it! We deactivated the bomb!
Yeah, I think you're like me, you played the N64 version of Pod Racer, right? And have fond memories of it, but also that version, it doesn't run amazingly well. I think it's actually worse with the expansion pack as well, I believe. So, yeah, to be able to play it on PC like that, yeah, and that game still holds up. I still really like Pod Racer. Yeah, I'm gutted about this. We might not be able to find someone. There's gotta be someone else who wants to play this. Have they actually... I mean, the settings at the bottom of the screen, we don't have to... Oh, I expect that's how you do a friend room. I take it. Oh, come on, please, gonna be someone. It's a shame this doesn't have, you know, some online games, they have the thing where you can, have it search in the background while you play the game offline. That would be ideal here, but maybe that's beyond the scope of a smaller re-release like this. Yeah, I obviously I don't have a lot of love for episode 1 itself these days, but I still think the idea of pod racing is cool. Even if it was pretty blatantly toyetic in its intentions, but yeah, I still really like that game. Yeah, I still haven't got Mario Maker 2 on order. I think I'll probably just grab that off CD keys. I think I will go digital for Mario Maker 2. Oh, hello, J-Dubes. Oh, cheers, thank you. Yeah, if you... I'm gonna be gutted if this game is just a ghost town online. Again, maybe that's why I should have grabbed it off the Japanese eShop, just to, I don't know what the helper option... Ooh, who's this? Who's this? Got Doodle. Hold the Doodle. Excellent. Oh, hello, miss. Is that permanent? No, do I? No, cool. Is that a permanent VR tattoo? I like this game as well, but I don't know if it's worth it. Oh, that's cool as well. You get the other player's screen on the bottom left. Oh, that's neat. And we got loads of purple drones. No. But yeah, if you fancy racing, dude, yeah, that'd be great. We could probably just search at the same time and we'll come up. If not, if that doesn't work, we'll just do a private room. Have you just picked this up as well, J-Dubes? Oh, this is cool. If this is active enough, I'll probably play this quite a bit online. Again, that's another thing, like, now there's a release of this version that has online play. Some of the advantage of an official release, where you're probably more likely to get an active player base. Wow. It didn't seem terribly active from what we just saw, but we can hope. This seems to be running pretty well as well. I think I've noticed like a few skips. As in like the online mode, so I think there's like a bit of latency, but it is playable. I'm willing to put up with it in its current state, just for the fact we're playing this online like this. And we'll win him for some reason, I don't know why. Oh yeah, you can hear like the audio. Oh god. Hey. Oh, you absolute son of a gun. Or daughter of a manslaughter, right. Why does it say hiking on the pirate ship though? Is that a demand? Should we go strolling the hills? Those trees are beautiful, I love those. No ice cream cone trees. Ah. It's the sort of thing where if you do like a direct comparison with the Mega Drive version, like there's obviously like 5 trees when there's like 30 here. Ooh. Hey! Part of me wants to try and bump into them, but that might have only impacted us, really. It's quite a good race, actually. It's a bit back and forth, so it's not clearly obvious who's going to win. To say... Ica knows what's up. Just a shame it is only 2-player, but still, the fact it's here at all is great. Get off. Oh, you absolute pest. And this does have, I never understand this in arcade races. This does have the pit stop as well, but you only barely have enough time to do a near perfect route. You definitely don't. Oh god, a heck of a time there, didn't they? You certainly don't have time to like do a pit stop, fix your vehicle, and still rank highly. I mean, I guess if your vehicle's just completely destroyed, then yeah, I guess just for authenticity they always give that option. I would like to see my polygonal mates. They are the best lads. The best lads and misses. Yeah, oh no worries, dudes. Yeah, no problem. What are your first impressions of it? It's cool, isn't it? So, did I... Cool. Oh, so they're picking, it looks like. Nah, disconnected. Fair enough. The 24-hour mode, it comes useful. I can save replays as well. That's good. So, you played it back in the day. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, no. So, are you ready now, J-Doobs? If so, we probably don't need to do a private room, but I'll do it just in case. Oh, can you join a room as well? Oh, wait, is that... So I don't know if maybe if I create a room, just give it like 1111. Will they come up in the list then? I assume. This is cool. Sorry, Quicken. So this has been on the Japanese eShop for a couple of months. It's now on the UK and I think the US eShop as of like an hour or two ago. Create one, is it? Cool. So I'll create one. Password is... So room created, password is 1... I don't know how this works then. I don't know if you'll see a list. So if you pick join the room and then try and, as I say, password's quadruple 1. Yeah, I don't really know if it like comes up as a list or, yeah. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Oh, Cricket, is there a 20 lap mode on this? Okay, yeah, that would be where it would be useful. Oh, there we go, dudes. Nice one. Oh, this is so cool. I'm just really worried for this nice lady. Like, did she really get VR tattooed on her permanently? Or was that just, like, scribbled on with... I was gonna say permanent marker, but that wouldn't be that good either. Oh, do I, ah, there we go. I assume it does that anyway, but... There we go. It's more like a tan line. Oh, pets. It's just sunscreen, is it? Oh god, we're on manual! Oops. I was like, why am I going out the 5th of the usual speed? That's a really lovely touch. You can see the other player's screen in the bottom left corner. I do like that. Got a bit of latency, but it's not too bad. I'm willing to tolerate a bit of that. Just for the, again, that's nothing I love with a re-release of an old game where it's like, oh, we can finally play it online for the first time. I mean, well, you can with emulation often. It just obviously takes a bit more setup, and you have less chance of being able to find people randomly on it. And like matchmaker and whatnot. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, if you're listening, J-Dubes, thanks so much for joining in on this. It's quite nice to have yeah, have someone coming in off the stream chats, though. Yeah, this game's cool, man. I'm really keen to see what it looks like in handheld mode. I'm one of those Switch owners. I'm oh god, you son of a! I thought you were drifting right. Okay, yeah, Dooms has got this. You can tell Dooms has played this before. That's the spirit. Yeah, well, the Switch owners, I mostly play undocked, to be honest. I love the Switch in portable mode. Not exclusively, I do sometimes play docked. Like, if I'm at my computer, like, even if I'm at my computer, I sometimes still play undocked, just to have something on the TV. But something like Smash Brothers, if I'm at my computer and I want to play that online, I'll probably stick that on docked. Even then, I've played that game on online and docked, and I've just always loved portable gaming. And again, another great thing with a Switch release of a game like this, you get a really cool portable version of it as well. Because I remember when Sega were doing a lot of re-releases back in like, I mean, okay, they always are, but they were doing some cool 3D ones back in like 2011, 2012, around that time. They did like Daytona USA, did Nights into Dreams, Sonic Adventure 2, I think they did around that time. And they did Jet Set Radio, and that actually got a Vita, PlayStation Vita port, believe it or not. And that was one, like, I double-dipped on that, even though I had it elsewhere, just to be like, yeah, that's pretty damn awesome to get a portable version of a classic game like that. But I think that was the only one they did it on, so they weren't that consistent on it. And it's also, like, some of those got PC re-releases, but, like, Daytona USA was only PS3 and 360, and I desperately wish that I got a PC release. I still picked that up on 360 and loved it. And if I ever fire my 360 up again, it's probably for that port of Daytona USA. Good race, dude. That was very, very close now, wasn't it? It kept going back and forth. I wasn't that confident I'd win that. So good stuff. Yeah, we'll do all 3 tracks. If you're up for it. So it's so cool to have someone join in off the stream and Yes, miss. Am I picking this time? Cool, yeah, so... Oh, sorry, I don't know if you wanted to do manual, I've only gone for automatic. I might alternate it, actually, so you might be the one picking... Or is it a case of whoever presses OK first there gets to pick? I'm not sure. I do like the useful colour coding of, like, all the other races being purple, so you know they don't matter. Bit of a heinous disdain shown for the colour purple there. Oh, let's go. Oh god. Oh god. But yeah, I think at heart I'm a big raving Nintendo fanboy, but my Sega fanboyism is also not far behind. And when I say fanboy, I don't necessarily mean perhaps with less of the toxicity that comes with that. I just mean more of the dumb, I really, really love this thing. But not at the expense of other things, which are also good. Oh, this is quite close. But yeah, like, I love Sega stuff from this period, just the mix of their arcade stuff, big Mega Drive nuts. Was absolutely heartbroken as a child when the Dreamcast died. I just assumed I'd be playing on that thing forever. On its brilliant faultless controller, don't at me, my controller's perfect. We'll ask for a convincing argument for that, because I don't have one, but... And yeah, like, I've gone back and played some of the stuff I've missed and liked it a lot as well, like a lot of the Saturn stuff I never really... Like, I didn't know anyone with a Saturn as a kid. I don't think it had next to no, like, mindshare in the UK, I don't think. Well, I always hit the UK Sega Saturn magazine was very good. I mean, that's really well regarded. They were, like, talking about, like, 50, 60 hertz and, like, some cult releases, stuff like that. But don't get into Saturn collecting unless you've really got dispensable income. So say with a lot of that stuff, I'm happy just to go with like re-releases like this now or emulation. I've still got like I got a Saturn back in 2010. I'll still keep that about, especially if I ever get a CRT again. But I'm just happy to go with the convenience of emulation, especially when you get technical benefits from it, as I say. Shame, because in a way, like 3D games benefit the most from emulation, just be able to render them at a higher res, but then they're also more susceptible to like emulation quirks or not working perfectly. forward. Ooh, good. Yeah, this is quite close here, dude. Fair play. I'm trying to be the best red car I can, but you are a very, very good blue car. Ah! And yeah, sorry, there's a few types of games that bring out the repellent jerk in me, and I think racing games are high on there. I just want to knock everyone out of the way. I mean, you give me a moral choice in the game, I want to be the pansy good guy, but put me behind the wheel, I just want to ruin everyone's day. Well, speaking of, we're not finishing it. Oh god! Oh no! Okay. I was like, well, at least I'll come first. Yeah. You haven't taken the last second. Oh my god. That both made and ruined my day. Well done. You broke the laws of reality, my friends. Nah, it's all good. It's hilarious. Oh, did we do like a voting system here? I guess we'll try that again, but with oh, is that what that is then? Is that how it was back on the arcade machine? We had to kind of vote for that. Like, I don't mean to go on about things like Hurts and whatnot, it's gonna naturally come up when talking about old games. And especially like the best way to play them and whatnot, it's naturally gonna intertwine there. I'm trying not to at least repeat the same points over and over again. You have to let me indulge that a bit, especially like my first stream in a while. Like, I love talking about old games and good ways to play old games. Like this. This is a good way to play an old game. Good way to smash into purple cars. God, they are the source of my ire and then some. Like that. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really... I don't know if it's really ranking those, because like when we were playing single player just now, it was... it was ranking us against them, but it's just first and second. That I do love how close this is. Yeah, the... oh, God. Yeah, the... Okay, I'm getting a bit more into the manual gear changes on this, so you've definitely got to rethink your playstyle of it. Oh god. Oh wow. I think we've got Bowser levels of acceleration there, haven't we? Or like Tiny Tiger or whatever. Brilliant. Ah, it's a shame. If it wasn't glitching so much, I'd probably play Crash Team Racing after this. Because again, I've only got that game until next week when my brother...
Meow.
Brother comes back.
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Actually, yeah, he's at Glastonbury now as well, so... I don't know what... I don't know if the act starts though. I'm trying to think what the lineup is. There's definitely a few... Is Connie Minogue playing there, I want to say? That's a really cool get. Oh, that'd be great for Grelmax, wouldn't it? Should play that I Believe in You song. Oh god. Hello! Oh. Okay, if I spin out here, I'm totally gonna deserve it, because I'm being the right so-and-so! Oh my god. This is great. Oh, this is so good. Oh, there you go, someone played another good re-release there, Akame. I'll pretend I meant to do that. Very convincingly, I might add. Oh god. Let's go up here for a lark. I'm actually in portable mode. This might be a bit. Oh god. No, it's too focused. Ah! Damn it! Oh god. I was too focused with the whimsy of being like up at a bird level. A bird's flight height. That's not the way to word that. So, say that instead of taking the accountability. Yeah, it's a great little race. I could just keep playing this. It's a shame we've only got 3 courses, but It's not really cool, isn't it? Oh, so I see, so there's a voting system. Well, if we're going to do the hardest one, we'll do automatic. Nice day, isn't it, ladies? Thank you. Oh yes, do run off the track before we... we don't want, like, tarmac comically over you as we accidentally run over. If you yelled that, I think you could probably take being run over by a car at this speed. I think Carl could. Oh god. Oh dear, we're off to a bit of a miserable... Oh my god, look how far ahead Dooms is. Yes, this seems to... I'm not completely happy with my capture card. Oh god. My capture card, if I'm honest. It's, I noticed colours are off on it, and if you get, like, dark background, you do get artifacts, but... It seems to do the job. It looks alright on my monitor. I can tell the colours they're a little off. They're not too off. They are a little off, and unfortunately that's even after, like, extensively trying to configure them. I bet you guys have missed those sound effects. Probably feels like coming back to an old friend, doesn't it? Or like meeting up with an old friend again. Doing all those Sonic... God, how many months has it been since the Sonic movie trailer now? Like, it's almost nostalgic to hear the meow sound from one of us. Even though it's also really painful. But they are here to stay. Oh god. Yeah, I did read, because there are later versions of this game on, like, 32X and all that have extra tracks. And apparently they did try implementing that, but it just, you know, you have to be kind of fair with expectations on these things. Like, this is like a low-priced, budget re-release. They already went well above the Call of Duty, I think, with all the improvements they've made to this as it is. So, like, I just imagine, like, they probably would have just have to coded the tracks, like, all over again, it sounds like, in a way that just probably wasn't reasonable within the scope, time and budget they had. Because as they've done, like, I have so much respect for this developer, M2. They've done so many good re-releases like this. And they're doing the Mega Drive Mini as well. So that thing almost certainly turned out to be good, will be because of them. Which will be nice, especially because, like, the history of Mega Drive Mini consoles is pretty bad. A lot of, like, bad sound emulation in them and all that fun stuff. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. There's perhaps as expected, there's a turn on the hardcore, so I can't say very elegantly at all. I mean, it's the kind of game, even if you don't do badly on it, doesn't really... You know, I prefer it to do well, but, you know, it's still making me smile, because it's big, goofy, 90s fun. I like big, goofy things. Yeah, this might be a... Yeah, I can see this being a... Like, I really love the, as I say, with this kind of... Yeah, I was like, wait, why are they playing that? I was like, oh, right, I see. Poor Goofy. Ooh, is this my chance? Ooh, is this my chance? Am I gonna cheese it right at the end? No, am I? Hey, I am! Although I think if that was like a second longer, I think you would have had that, dude, because you were taking that corner better than I was. Oh my goodness. Having such good close races, aren't they? There's bad GBA sound emulation, which is just GBA sound emulation. That's a bit mean, Cricket. I mean, probably accurate, even as somebody who loves the GBA, but... Rubber Band, then? You mean with the AI? I don't know, is there a... Do you think there is on, like, the players, where, like, do we get a speed boost if we're behind? I honestly don't know. I do feel like I did kind of choose that one. I mean, I won't complain too much, but that's alright, but... Oh, I see.
Waiting your entry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, do that one again, sure. Oh, there we go. I think I might have read something about it, actually, yeah. What you guys have? Are you guys doing clips of the stream, or are you posting clips of? Oh, is that like Pen Synonym one? Cool either way. Anyone doing clips? Thank you. Oh god. Because I try and save the streams when I can. Sometimes I forget. But obviously, I'm more likely to revisit a 30-second clip than try and trawl through a 2-hour stream. So, the nice to kind of look back on it, especially laugh if there's something stupid in them. Not that my stream should be a hotbed for stupid shit or anything. It does feel good to be back streaming. This worked out. The timing worked out perfectly because I unfortunately were at a point again where it's like, oh, I've got to get back to Yakuza after a long break again. Speaking of cool Sega stuff, but I was sort of like, well, I want something quite immediate and not especially a commitment of a game. So, and I was thinking of doing it at some point this week, and so the timing of this release was perfect. So I knew I was picking this up anyway, so it's quite nice to make a little stream out of it. So I don't really have a good idea of how long we'd be streaming it for, because it's such a quick, simple arcade game, but... Honestly, I'll keep playing with Doobs as long as Doobs is happy to keep playing. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, this is so cool. As I say, it's a shame these aren't multi-platform. It would be nice if these could come out on everything, but again, maybe it's just not within the scope of... I mean, it sounds like they're quite busy, M2, like they're doing... Oh god, Doobs is much better at this corner than I am. Ah! Okay, I will admit I was screen watching there. I kind of got the result I deserved, right? That's right, I'd be the sort to screen watch on like GoldenEye or whatever on 64. You could probably do that in real life, like playing the cabinets, couldn't you? Just like peer over to your friend's screen and get the same just dessert result that I just did. So that's fun. God, yeah, I can't believe the scale of this. They had enough like room in their like polygon limit for boats and various buildings, and look at that. Again, this is 1992, everyone. Well done, people from 27 years ago, yeah. And yeah, like 27 years, and this finally gets like an arcade perfect port as well. I know there's a PS2 version that only came out in... Oh no, it came out in Japan as a single release, and then here as a compilation. Yeah, they did a bunch of like 3D, like budget 3D remakes under the Sega Ages name around that time, which were to a bit of a mixed bag. Like there's a notoriously really ugly 3D Golden Axe, not the one that came out on 360, just like what's meant to be a 3D polygon remake of the original Golden Axe from that PS2 era, and it's the worst thing you've seen in your life. I think it had good remixes of the music though. But yeah, so they kind of did like a light remake of this, where I think it plays a bit differently, so it's not really a port of this. But that runs at like a high frame rate, and it's quite nice on its own terms, just as long as you don't expect it to be exactly the arcade game. So that was probably technically the best home version, even though it wasn't necessarily accurate. But yeah, this is finally like an accurate port of this game. Which is cool, because even though it probably got overshadowed a bit by Daytona USA, it's still an important, and it's still, as I say, a watershed important game, and very fun as well. Yeah, it's a cool track, isn't it? Should we kind of cycle back to the beginner now, like do beginner, intermediate, and advanced again? I mean, we don't really have much of a choice, do we, with any free tracks, but kind of keep going with them.
Waiting your entry.
Yeah, that's fine, Ben, don't worry. Or are you talking about, oh, damn it, I only just... Matt, if you're still there, sorry, I've only just noticed your message. Thanks so much for tuning in if you are there, Matt. Oh, I see, you're talking about joining Matt on, I was going to say Sea of Thieves, then. State of Decay 2. Yeah, that's no problem, man. Do a drive race, backwards race. I think there might be, this might have mirror modes? Well, actually, it might have like a reverse track mode. I feel like. Oh, sorry, Dupes. Oh, sorry. It's okay. No worries. Do answer your door. Please answer your door. Don't keep someone waiting to play racing. Oh, virus. Yeah, that's no problem.
Just go for it!
We'll see if we have enough time. I like sometimes on games like this, if you don't go at the start, like on Outrun, like the flag man gets really annoyed and impatient with you. Don't know if that's one of the polygon men gets annoyed with you on this, I don't know. Maybe. Well, Matt's clearly enjoying, oh, what playing in co-op does. I think Matt's still enjoying State of Decay 2 then, despite his, oh, there we go. That's right, I'll just do another one. Yeah, no, please, you don't have to apologise about that, don't worry. Real, as important as streaming old, outdated SEGA games is, and it is very important in my estimation. No, please prioritise real life stuff like that. That's okay. Don't worry about that. That's no problem at all. Yeah, that is a relief, Cricket. I could, if I was to stream it now, I could do like single player stuff, but I really want to play it online. To be honest, my attitude is like, okay, I wanted to do the adventure mode stuff on it, and after I've done that, like I got to the end of that, I haven't done everything, but I've got like the credits up, and then I just wanted to play it online after that, because I'll do all like the time trial stuff. I'll see if I'm going to do all of it, but I'll do all that whenever it hits PC. Which, as we say, will probably be a while, unfortunately. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just play it kind of casually online then. But alas, yeah, network's not really playing nice with it. It seems to be variable, like some people aren't having issues at all on that front, and then other people are getting that error code as well. It's been really, really quite weird. Oh, I do love it. I love this view. I don't think I can use it all the time, but it's such a cool, like, you can tell they were trying to show off as well with this, couldn't they? Although, from what I've seen of the original game, playing in that view does highlight how short the draw distance is. I mean, it's 1992, so, you know, what are you going to do? Of course, the draw distance won't be up to 2019 standards, but again, that's a lovely thing with this re-release, that they have improved a number of the technical aspects like that. Like, Authenticity is cool and all, but anything like that you can improve, that is probably pretty unambiguously an improvement across the board. Because obviously you can get into, George Lucas style special edition changes, right, with re-releases like this, which aren't necessarily to everyone's tastes. But I think especially with a game release, you can probably at least safely improve technical aspects of the game, and people will generally be alright with that. And as I say, I'm pretty sure this does have an option to play, like, with none of those improvements as well. I might be wrong on that. I think at the very least you can play at the original frame rates. Which I'll probably do once, and then be like, oh cool, and then go back to this, but... Yeah, this is pretty decent latency as well. It's not perfect, as you've probably noticed. The one unfortunate thing, like, I really noticed this with the recent Street Fighter collection. If you play an old game like this online, and there's latency issues, like, it seems to impact the sound and music as well. Because I think those are just tied to the kind of speed of the game, so if the game stops going, they stop. And that was really distracted on that recent Street Fighter collection, unfortunately. Especially because, to be honest, that didn't have particularly good... I had very few matches on that weren't really laggy. And also, that was like a smaller release that had like 20 different modes to play online on, so of course it became really difficult to find online games after a while. Well done, Doobs. No, I've got it on Switch. Despite me kind of badmouthing it, it is a nice collection overall. It's cool to get a portable Third Strike in particular. I have seen it cheap in places, Jeff. If I see it really cheap, I'll pick it up so we can play that. I should try and get use out of my PlayStation Plus sub. Yeah, fair play. I'm really enjoying these Dooms. It's again, thank you so much for joining in this manner. It's been great to play it like this. There we go. Look at this. All the doves. It's like a John Woo film, that, isn't it? Doves everywhere. I think they were doves. But yeah, thanks so much. It's been great to play like this, dudes. Like, I think the longevity of a game... Oh god. Longevity of a game like this would be the multiplayer, obviously. This is why I'm so glad they added online. As I say, I hope I can reasonably reliably find players on it. Because this would be the kind of, you know, the game you have on a portable system you just pick up for like 10 minutes, do a race or two, and then you're good. That's kind of how I would view it. But then if you're going to be waiting ages for players, that's... I mean, in a way, it's a shame they fractured they staggered the releases out, because I don't know how active it would have been in Japan when it came out. I know they've said these re-releases have done really well internationally, but they've underperformed a bit in Japan, which is a bit of a shame. I think, especially in the home console space, there's probably more nostalgia for Sega stuff over here than there is in Japan. Like, Japan might be more receptive to, like, maybe their late 90s stuff. The Saturn actually did pretty well in Japan, relatively. Obviously the PS1 just dwarfed everything, but I think like a lot of the like early 90s Sega stuff, I think that probably plays better over here than the US. I mean, the UK was Sega country for the Master System and Mega Drive years. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Alex Kidd is probably the second best-selling Sega Ages game on the Switch after, I mean, I think Sonic's going to take that, isn't it? But there's a lot of nostalgia for Alex Kidd as well, and a few other Master System games. We got our own Cumber Danes, as proof of that. I love these races are really back and forth. I don't know if there is that. I'm not sure that rubber band, and it might be there. But Doob's mentioned, it might be. If I keep an eye on the speedometer, I guess that's one way to keep a tug-of-war race going. But like, how does that work with 8 players as well? Well, it is a shame thinking about it. This doesn't have oh god, this doesn't have if you can't like do 8 players online, it's a shame this doesn't at least have like local wireless, so you could have like 1 person per Switch. I mean, how many scenarios you'd get of 8 people coming together with Switches, each with Virtua Racing, I don't know, but it'd be nice if it was possible at least, but at least they implemented that mad split screen mode. Oh god. Hello. I love it when this happens because it's just so slow to get going. Oh god, this is going to be close. I assume it's about to end unless we've got the... No, I think it's a bit further ahead. Hey! Is that winning or is that like losing the least if we don't finish the race? Like, it still, I guess, kind of counts, but it's like, well, either way, we didn't make it. That's okay. There is definitely rubber bands, yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right. Which I guess that's kind of fun. I can see there being a bit of pushback against that. Like people want at least wanting that to be a want that to be an option, right? It keeps it. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we're probably not like. I don't think we're like playing this at Evo level or anything, or aspiring to. Is that gonna save the replay of the whole film? Yeah, I guess. Why not? Oh, lovely stuff. Thanks so much for joining, Noobs. I'll see if I can find a random race now. If not, I'll just try a bit more single player. I don't know how long we'll be streaming. We can try. Unfortunately, I have a real problem with error messages on it. I'll load it up in a bit now. Yeah, I've got my brother's copy. Until like next Tuesday, which I was gonna like just play as much as I could while it's here. But yeah, as I say, then we got like issues with it. Yeah, we can't share. I think maybe there'll be more people on that later. Okay. I hope so. Ooh. Thank you very much for the follow, J-Zoobs. I wasn't sure how often I'd stream Virtua Racing, but maybe that'd be a good, like... As I say, I do like to do longer single-player stuff, like Yakuza. And I swear I do play games not made by SEGA as well. Unfortunately. I wish they all were. But, like, I could see Virtua Racing being a good, like, play, like, after a long session of, like, a single-player game. We'll see how that goes. Right, I'll see if I can get online on this. Don't count on this, unfortunately. We'll see how this goes. Okay. This is promising. Like this. This goes on for a while as well. If you leave it on the screen, it does a lot of really funny little animations. A nice attention to detail on those. Okay, so this is pretty... Oh, here we go. Yep. Yep. That happens a lot. What I was doing the other day to see if it was the network, I was putting the Switch in airplane mode. Which I don't think you can do while playing docked, annoyingly, but... Oh, cool, yeah, I'll add you on it. Yeah, I don't think Crash is happening now, unfortunately. There's a pun to be made there, Pedge, of, like, Cash and Crash, but I can't quite get there. Maybe Jeff can help us out if he's there. Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, Jeff, I just saw your earlier message. Yeah, Brazil went mad over Sega, it sounds like. It was, they still sell it in some fashion, I believe. Yeah, I think it's like a budget thing now, but... like, this feels so precarious, like, what... Like, if I just do anything, it feels... Yeah, there you go, so... We'll try one more time, it's probably not gonna work. It was fine, like... It was fine last week. I'm wondering if it was the most recent update that bungled this somehow, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll add you... Oh god. Let me cough a second. There we go. Sweet release. Yeah, I'll add you now, dudes, yeah, so you can, I guess Virtua Racing doesn't have, oh look, I can just add you by recently played, can't I? Cool. Awesome. Yes, yes. Yeah, no worries, dude. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for playing. That was a really good laugh, yeah, wasn't it? You take care now, right? Bye-bye. Right, like, I even just, yeah. Sure, because I actually really fancy giving that a go now, but, yeah. Let's stick Virtua Racing back on quickly. I was thinking of maybe doing Smash next. I'll probably stick to Switch for this stream, just because that's what I've got set up, and, the panda. Oh, that's a demo, what's it called? World End Syndrome. It's a visual novel, I believe. I was like skipping through text to get to like an action bit, but I think it is just a visual novel, which is fine. I actually do love visual novels like 999, Steins Gate, all the rest of them. So if that's any good, I didn't really get a good feel for it. That's what I might keep an eye on. So obviously, Switch is quite a good platform for a visual novel. is that of all games I'd love to play on a handheld thing, and like just like reading the book in bed. But yeah, Ped, you might as well just wait with me for the PC version of Crash Racing. Wait a bloody year. Well, you know, we don't know the logistics of it, but I imagine like releasing multiple versions of a game, even with Activision's weight behind it, probably isn't trivial. So maybe it's fair enough. And we have seen cases where like you get a PC version at the same time as a main release, and it turns, you know, something like Batman Arkham Knight, and it turns out to be a disaster. Because at the very least, like even if it took a year, the Crash Insane Trilogy PC port was pretty excellent. Honestly, it came out really nicely, especially by the standards of console PC ports. So that's good. Yeah, because at least we've got Spyro coming soon. Spyro in September, which I will definitely be streaming that. You know, our pasties will be happy to see that. It feels good to be streaming, guys. It has been a while. I mean, I think everyone watching probably knows why I took a break, and there's obviously still a bit of there's obviously still a bit of kind of time being taken to process that and whatnot, but streaming like this is often such a positive thing for me. If I'm being completely honest, there's been times where I've been in a pretty bad news, probably from reading stuff online about the state of the world, and well, especially recently with UK news, right? But then I come into a stream, I kind of change my mode a bit, you know, because I want these to be jovial, and then I come out of them feeling much better. It's almost like I really like interacting with you lot. I don't know for sure though. Nah, but seriously, thank you. The shame, because in a way, like I think, as I say, given what's happened, like family-wise recently, these would have been quite a nice release in a way, but at the same time, I probably needed to be lenient with myself on taking a bit of time like I did. It was at least nice to kind of segue back onto it with like taking part in streams on the chat and whatnot, and then slowly did a bit of Discord as well, although not always. Like there's a lot of Rocket League sessions I just joined in bed, so I was just on the Switch for those. But yeah, I'll see how whether I'm streaming daily now, well not, okay, I was never streaming daily, but if I do like mad 5 days in a row streaming sort of thing, I don't know if I'll consistently be doing that. I might do, honestly, I'm not sure, but as usual, and especially not now, I don't really want to use any kind of committal language in terms of saying, oh, I'm definitely going to be doing this and this, you know, just in case. Maybe it just doesn't quite come together, you know. If it doesn't in a day, that's fine, you know, of course. It's why especially not at the moment, I don't think I could really stick to a schedule for these. It's why I'm always so grateful people still tune in, even when they are so impromptu and just happen whenever. And I am terribly. I can see like in the corner of my eye that chat is updating, but I can't really. It's a shame there isn't like a way just to kind of overlay it over the footage I'm watching. I'd go by the footage of the game on the monitor, but there is definitely a noticeable delay. So I wouldn't be able to use that for gameplay, really. Hey, oh my gosh. Pleasant surprise. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Pez. Have a quick read. Yeah, Pez, the Crash Insane Trilogy is lovely, especially on PC. Play it on PC, I know from... I won't go on about frame rate again, not this time anyway. So let's try. So if they voted for... Oh, okay, so we're doing beginner. That's fine, I don't mind, just wanted to see if that... get lost here. Yeah. And that was quite... because like, you were welcome back, like, so enthusiastically, weren't you, after that break, Pez? That's why I'm very, you know, with stuff like Rocket League Tuesdays, like, I never want to put pressure on people to take part in those. Like, it's lovely if they do, but people are going to have their own reasons one way or another why you know, I don't want people to feel like they're an absolute commitment, just a fun thing they could go along to if they can. And sometimes it's just nice when we have something freeform like last night, where we just all did a big Rocket League room. Like, maybe we'll do that again really soon, maybe we won't. It's fine either way, you know. It's cool that it happened. And it's cool that the capacity for it to happen again is there. And, like, you know, I think regardless, we've got enough of, like, a pretty strong foundation of a streamer kind of little community, haven't we, where there's usually someone streaming in the day, and we get enough of us turning up, but, you know, if someone's not going to turn up for a few days, or they can't, or it's tough, you know, as we say, we never want to put pressure on in that sense. I kind of appreciate you guys being patient with me on that front as well. I've never felt any kind of, in the past few weeks, sort of demand that, I mean, obviously, you know, especially given the circumstances, but... Damn it, I think even if I tried to force myself not to screen watch, I can't help but do it. So I'm like looking at their screen and being like, oh, they're about to see if I can get in front of them. Although that might not work out well for me anyway. Oh, this game's cool, man. It's obviously very simple. I'd argue, I mean, there is finesse to it. Probably not like Forza levels of like worrying about, I mean, obviously don't like pick a car or anything and then worry about stats. But these other kind of corners, you have got to think about how you take them. So it's a nice kind of pick up and play thing without being too shallow. So this is my kind of arcade racer, just really kind of quick, fun, brightly coloured. Not realistic, but still like handles really well in its own way. Here's a fun question, actually. Do you guys ever have, like, a steering wheel? You remember, like, they used to... I think they still do them in some capacity, but, like, a steering wheel controller accessory. I remember there were so many of them in the N64 PS1 days. I remember borrowing my neighbour's N64 one, and then trying to play, like, non-racing games with it. It turned out, with a steering wheel controller, you could only go left or right, which, meant on Mario 64, like, oh, damn it! Oh, look at that! Oh, they got it in the last second. Oh, bugger. So it's just I like this kind of online game where you can just keep playing with someone for a while. And it's always a bit kind of affirming if they keep playing with you. It's like, oh, they're enjoying the race, they're enjoying the games we're having. So that's nice. Yeah, I remember like trying to play Mario 64 with a steering wheel and just... for some reason it didn't work out very well. For that car company. It's real jazz, it might be running people off the roads. That's true. But which one was IRL and which one was the game? I forget. It's not a rig for a few weeks, so yeah, it is a great outlet like that, isn't it? It's, oh, you always got Team Sonic Racing on Switch, did you, Crooked? Nice. I hope once they patch that, the online becomes a bit more active again, because it is really dead. It wasn't that active on release week, partly because of the issues it had, but I still had a few online games on Team Sonic, even if I wasn't able to stream it, as you might remember. Oh well. Yeah, the connection's not very good on this. It's like 1 bar. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think that's quite... Yeah, like the GLK channel strikes me as something pens that'll kind of become active and then inactive, like, kind of alternate them for a bit of time, you know, it's... that's okay, you know, it's... to say it's kind of a free time thing and people can contribute, cool, if not. If I'm honest, I just want to kind of stream on my own channel as it is, like, especially like I just want this to keep the same setup and whatnot, but I do like that with the GRK channel, you have like the revolving door of people streaming on it. That was an odd little 5 seconds. Yeah, it's just such a... Like, it seems to be one of the Switch games I go back to a lot. Like, at the moment my Switch is for the past like 6 months or so, my Switch has been very much Smash Brothers and Tetris 99 mostly. Because I've always, like, since the DS, I've always really actually liked online games on the portable. Which might sound a bit odd, but they work so well as like a quick pick-up, and, you know, a Tetris 99 match is like 10 minutes, maybe? I mean, it could be less than that if you if you falter. Oh, maybe I could play that actually after this. But I could also keep playing this if I keep getting online people. We'll see. But yeah, like, I'm still playing Tetris 99 solidly. I think I said, like, I think it was Penz's stream, like I've reached like 700 was it 800 games, I think? 800 matches on it, some bonkers like that. Worth everyone. Although I still haven't bought the, you know, they've like done paid DLC for it, like the marathon mode. I haven't bought that yet, but they are meant to be adding more to it, so I'll see what they put on there. But like, you could take every other game that hasn't Tetris 99 off my Switch, and well, I'd be a bit cross, but I'd be like, well, at least it's got that on it. So I think I'll just be playing that until I was gonna say until I'm 1 foot in the grave. I was like, well, it's a bit bleak. It's only for a while though. Yeah, I really love the aesthetic of this. As I said, I think in terms of early 3D graphics, I think like, well, it's always been the case with 3D graphics, isn't it? Like, the more kind of abstract they are, the better they tend to age over time. You definitely see that with like a lot of Nintendo games still holding up pretty well aesthetically. I mean, obviously it's a bit of a struggle with the 64, but even then, like, I still like the look of Ocarina of Time and whatnot. And then you compare that to like GoldenEye, and the like, I still really like GoldenEye, but the character models are so kind of ropey in it. I mean, you know, there's not much they could have done on that. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder if that was an intentional disconnect. It might have just honestly been a network thing, or their internet playing up. Because they were behind, but I don't think they were far behind for it to be rage quit worthy. But maybe they were just a bit Jasmine's dead. Yeah, Tetris 99. I think if I could only have one game. Oh, actually, the funny thing is, I think competing for that spot would be Smash Brothers Ultimate and Tetris 99. Actually, I'd probably have to go with Smash just because there's a bit more variety to it, but either way, I'd be happy. Wow, okay, not really, because I'm on a bloody desert island, but I could make do. No, it still depends. I don't really want to. I just want to keep it on my channel, but as I say, I think as well, because I've got enough people from not G Arcade. I mean, none of them are here, because this stream just came out of the blue after several weeks. But I've got enough people who aren't in the G Arcade sphere. I don't really want to bug them to like subscribe to the G Arcade one as well. And like, I've got enough of kind of a network here. I just want to keep it on this channel. But of course, I will tune into G Arcade streams and take part in Rocket League and such. And you mentioned Golf with Friends the other day. I would like to play that again as well. Have you seen that game, Golf with Friends, Jeff? It is really quite. It is a golf game, but it's more like there's no kind of human characters. It's more like you're using the cue on like a billiard ball. And the courses are pretty bonkers, and it's I think you can have like different modes on it. So there's things like all the balls can kind of hit each other, so you can like send someone off course. It's really, it's a lovely little kind of well, I say casual, but it's also quite intense. Silly little online game. Yeah, I really enjoyed when we played it before. Who did we play it with? I think it was did Matt play it? We had a good few of us, didn't we? Maybe Wreck-It Raphael? I think maybe Xanthem as well? There's quite a few of us on it. Oh, speaking of online games, you know the Friday the 13th game is it's like £3. I think it's just over £3 on the Steam sale. Oh, I'll probably pick that. I've bought too many PC games recently. Like I still haven't played much like Sleeping Dogs or a few others that I've bought. I mean, they were only a couple of quid, so whatever. But that, I have to admit, that is making me feel a bit guilty about I'm probably grabbing Mario Maker 2 tomorrow because I've really spent a bit of money, but at least they've been pretty cheap. Oh god. Oh yeah, I should say as well, today also they released a Wonder Boy game on the SEGA Ages Switch line, Wonder Boy in Monster Land, I think, which is... I think it's the arcade version on there. There was also a Master System port. That's a lovely game, but that might be what I wait for the... especially if I'm buying Mario Maker 2 as well, I might just wait for a eShop sale on that. Like I'm doing that with Game Ground and Alex Kidd in that line as well. Oh, is this the last one? Ah, damn it. Close though. I'll say with Team Sonic Racing, if you can play it locally with one or even better 2 other people, it's great fun to go through the campaign mode like that. I was picking the beginner course. Oh wait, oh no, they picked medium as well. Cool. Yeah, like, and it's quite nice playing. Actually, I'm so used to like split screen games, like the performance taking a hit, but my PC can. It doesn't seem to really impact how much it's using the graphics card as well. Like, we had like 3 of us playing it in split screen, like 4K, and it didn't really drop a frame at all. There were times where it looked a bit less smooth than it should be. I'm not sure why that was, but and anytime I play split screen with my brothers is always a fun, nostalgic thing for us. It's like the 64 all over again, but with less arguments because we're a bit more measured as adults, in theory. Don't question that, thank you. But yeah, I feel I mean I probably shouldn't feel bad for like a big conglomerate, but I am a bit sad Team Sonic Racing kind of got overshadowed a bit by Crash. I kind of wish they both could have just... I think it probably did alright, but like Crash is clearly like taking the spotlight in terms of those car races, and there's room for both, I say. They're both really cool. But actually, I'm really grateful Team Sonic Racing had a PC port day one in light of that. Who goes? It doesn't have 8-player split screen. Yeah, that needs to become standard. That's so that feature's so stupid. I love it. So, I wish there was actually a way to do like that across multiple switches, but that's still a fun compromise. I assume it's still you can still do that in like tabletop mode as well. God, that's gotta be bonkers, isn't it? Okay, I'm being a bit of a jerk here. Hey, oh god. Ah! Oh, don't give me my just desserts. I'm not especially sweet. I don't know what... oh, checkpoint. I was about to say I don't know what CP stands for. And I had a mid-sentence epiphany. Beautiful. And yeah, parents, I'll if I've got Game Pass, I've had issues downloading some games on Game Pass as well. I get... what was the error message? It was something like saying I didn't have like the administration rights on my computer. It's for a few of the smaller games I found, like some of the indie games I tried to download for the PC Game Pass. Thankfully the first party stuff seems to work at least. Like I downloaded like the... what's that Fox game? Super Lucky's Tale, Ori, and a few other... like, well, I downloaded the cutesy ones mainly, but... good. But yeah, I'll give State of Decay 2 a download. I don't know if I'm that fussed on it, from what I've seen, but I'll give it a quick down just to see what it looks like, and if I kind of gel with it, maybe I'll join you guys. It's not, if you don't mind, I won't guarantee that, because I'm not completely sure it's my sort of thing, but I'll give it a quick go. I mean, I see Matt wanting to play it independently of anything just now is a pretty good sign as to it. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I think they've got that. Fair enough. This play's quite good. Good on you, Steve. You got good hustle, Steve. You always trust a Steve, I guess. Come on, people. Did I open it as a... I feel like I did everything. I spent a while and I just like, oh, screw it. Just lost patience with it, but... I don't know if I did try that now that I think about that. So maybe I'll have a look at that. Yeah, I'd only be giving it a quick go. To be honest, more than anything, it's just sort of one of those boring PC gamer people who I like to see how stuff runs and be like, oh, I can get a bit more... I can turn this setting up and get away with it. I like tweaking stuff. It's healthy, I think. Sure, why not? Yeah, it'd be lovely if this came out on Steam as I think I probably would have... Oh, who am I kidding? If this came out on Steam as well, I would have double dipped on it, probably. Probably would have grabbed it on both Switch and PC. To say, I think they're just doing these on Switch for now. It's probably the... I think if they're going to release them one place, that's probably where they'll sell the best, and... I mean, you know, they have a lot of appeal there as well as getting really nice portable versions of these classic SEGA games. I would just love to play some 4K as well, but it still looks really nice on my TV, and it seems to on the stream as well, which is nice. It's probably a little compression though, but I might have to turn the bitrate up fairly high, so I hope it's okay. Actually, if anything, I guess because it's probably a low detail game, it might not be that bad actually for compression. Like, we're not talking like an F-Zero thing. It's probably still a little artifacty, but you think about like well, we've done stuff like Wipeout, and the the PS4 streaming tech seems to struggle with that. No worries. Yeah, I get what you mean with a co-op game like that. Sometimes I can find stuff like that a bit stressful, or just if it's like a lot of like resource building. My anxious mindset even comes into like playing games sometimes if they're demanded in certain ways. I don't know, probably the sort of thing I'd play and be like, oh, it's not too bad actually. Right, what time is it? Okay, I'll probably stream it to like 6, I think. I'll have to do a mega long stream. I don't know if no, I probably won't stream tonight. Maybe, I'm not sure. If I do, I certainly probably won't like before 9. And to be honest, more likely if someone else streams, I'll just tune into theirs anyway. Has anyone else? I did see Dragon was stream. Oh, I should have popped in to say hello to Dragon actually. It's really cool to see him streaming again. Don't know if anyone else has started streaming. Let's see if I can raid anyone. Like half an hour. Yeah, Steve's quite good at this game. Damn it! We're all so close. Fair play. Oh yeah, game's done quick. I mean, I guess if we have no other options, we'll raid them. I mean, they've got their chat subscriber only anyway, isn't it? So it's probably a good shout, to be fair. Oh, there we go. Someone's playing Crash. I hope they have better luck than me in terms of error codes. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm so glad this finally came out. I don't know why... again, I don't want to like assume like why could they not do this thing quicker, but I don't know why this thing came out like didn't just have a universal release. Like, I think it was translated already on the Japanese version. Maybe they just had to. Maybe they had to do European languages as well. As I said, in future, I think if they do a SEGA Ages release like this, and it's only on the Japanese eShop for the foreseeable future, I'll probably just grab it off there. I kind of wish I mean, even though I'm generally prefer to keep most to nearly all of my Switch purchases on one account. But I could have been playing this for like 2 months if I'd got it on there, so... If they do this again, I might go that route. I like as well, like, there are 2D elements to this game, like the background and like all the UI. And they've kept that really sharp. They haven't put like a nasty blurry filter over any of that. Obviously it probably looks like more kind of pixely and sharp than it's really meant to, but it's going to be a compromise about how you handle those kind of visuals on a flat, like, non-CRT display. I'd probably rather they just do that. Steve is streaming. Steve in the head. Very good. Oh, not at the moment. But I shouldn't speak too soon. Just got past the horrible corner there. That was a bit of a struggle. I hope this isn't too monotonous as a stream to watch. I mean, it is the same tracks over and over again. I'm not getting bored of it. It's a really pleasant little game. Like, I don't know if all my sessions of it will be as long as today's was. So I can see it just being a quick pick up and play kind of game in future. Unless, if I'm not streaming it, I'll probably also always play it undocked as well. So I bet this looks great on the Switch screen. I don't think it's got any anti-alias still though, it just seems to be like native 1080p docked and 720p undocked. Still really nice. Like, Switch games look lovely on the screen, on the handheld screen if they're at 720p, and they can still look pretty good at lower resolutions. If it gets much slower, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, unfortunately, I think that just ends up looking really blotchy undocked. Unfortunately, but that's one way if they do a Switch Pro, I'll probably revisit that game. Like, because like, the world in Xenoblade 2 is just so beautiful, and it kind of deserves better, better kind of visual rendering than what it currently has. Well, it sounds like we're not getting a Switch Pro immediately next, unless we're getting a Switch Mini, right? Which is cool. There's definitely a market for that. They should do that. If anything, I could go for a bigger Switch, really. I mean, probably not much bigger, but like, I wouldn't want a Switch with a smaller screen than what we've got now. God, I can never handle that corner very elegantly. We've been ahead of them for a while, but then we have had, like, we were having races earlier where one player was ahead and the other one got in at the last second. Are we actually going to make this? Oh my god, we did! We've never actually made that in single player, so a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise when you expect to bungle something on this, you know. Oh, fair enough. I guess the race had ended. I mean, I guess they're gonna leave at some point, if not. Actually, there's probably just a like pause and do you want to leave option. Go out. Steve is the final boss of Virtua Racing. Marvelous. What do you guys think? Should I go straight to Tetris now? Let me know. See if there's any kind of. No way you can't change the card colours. Well, yeah, you can do. Oh, that changes if you look in the top corner, like top right corner. That changes like the type of the cabinet. Oh, okay, so you can do like 20 laps. Tetris, is it? Cool. Off we go then. I did think of doing Mario and Rabbids after, but that might be a bit too involved. Again, I just want something kind of. Although that game is terrific, and I am hoping it's finally for this shit. Yeah, I think undocked Breath of the Wild is 720p. I think it is dynamic resolution, so it can go below that. I think I have noticed that, but overall it is a really lovely looking game, undocked on the Switch. And as you say, it seems to, that seems to be when it performs the best. It still has drops Like, unfortunately, the forest area in the game, I think, is it Korok Forest? Like, that might be my favourite area visually, but it just tanks the frame rate. Yeah, I guess because there's just so much grass. All that demanding grass. Big forest, yeah. I mean, they did improve the performance on Breath of the Wild as well with patches, didn't they? So that's good. Right, here we go. It's been a while since we've done this, isn't it? It's not been a while since I've played this, because I keep playing this game constantly. It's a goddamn obsession. And even though, to be honest, God, I wish they'd improve aspects of the Switches online. I've at least certainly got my... Wasn't I pay like £3 something for like the family online I did for this? I've certainly gotten that much worth out of this game alone. That's good. They have said they want to do more kind of free, like, well, free in quotation marks, for free little kind of things like this for subscribing online. So that's cool. Like, I'm still always curious to see what the NES games are each month as well, but the last couple have been a bit... It's been like I think the last one had Devil Dragon 2, so that's quite a cool one. But then it also had like a volleyball game that no one's probably going to be interested in playing, and like even I'm not going to be that into it in 2019. What was it? City Connection, which is a funny little like car platformer game, but it controls terribly. And like, if even I'm kind of like, okay, this NES game's not worth it, you're probably in trouble at that point. So hopefully we'll have a better month next month, or heaven forbid we start getting like SNES stuff. I would have thought that would have happened by now. I'm surprised we're still waiting on that. There's going to be a catch to it, isn't there? Ooh, we can do a thing here. No, we can't. I mean, we could have, but I was... Oh wait, we can do a thing there. Cool. Hey, T-Spin. I need to learn how to do the triple one of those. I'm sure I've said that like multiple times when streaming this, but... Because that kind of T-spin thing I just did is like worth a lot. In terms of like how much damage it sends. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm doing terribly elegantly. Yeah, we haven't got any KOs yet, which is what you really need on this game. I feel bad, like the two games I picked today are ones where I can't really read chat very easily. Definitely not this, because like you just always have to be there's no downtime in a session of Tetris 99. And that's why it's so compulsive. So what we'll do. So I like to get combos in as well, so we'll do that. And that. And that. And that. Absolutely that. Oh, we got one KO, so that's alright. So we got like so we'll send more damage now and also be able to defend ourselves better. But it still might be a bit of a struggle. I don't always try and play at this speed because I do end up making mistakes, but we're good. Okay. I'm getting quite here we go. Oh yeah, that's that. Not so much that.
Must go faster.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right, Jeff? Jeff, I bet Ian Malcolm would be obsessed with Tetris. I bet he would have had a Game Boy. Trying to make bizarre, unwanted chaos theory analogies with it. Oh, damn, come on! Ah, you... fine. That wasn't great. There you go. If you can do a lot of combos like that, you can really help buffer like damage going after you. Okay. Shit. Yeah, this might be about to end. Not an amazing start if so, but yeah, I kind of bungled this. Damn it! We needed that to be one line lower, and then we would have had access to a T-spin there. That could have saved us, and we could have slowly worked our way down. Oh, that's a bugger. Damn it. Not an amazing start then. Tell you what, the competition is fierce on this game. I'll tell you what, actually, sorry, let me go back to the menu while I read chat a bit more. Link's Awakening's up for pre-order, nice. I don't know if I'll... I feel like several years back I would have been all over the special edition of that. I think at this point I'm just like, just give me the game. Like, if it's a game I want physically like that, I'm probably just happy to go with a physical copy of it, but that is a cool one, isn't it? I am definitely getting Link's Awakening. There's a few stuff I'm probably skipping at least on release. Like, I don't think I'm getting Fire Emblem on Switch. That might be a series where I could probably just wait until the next one. Like, I think it looks pretty solid, the current one, but I don't feel I desperately need it. Even though I have really loved Fire Emblem games in the past. If anyone streams that, though, I'd be really curious to see it. So that'd be fun. There we go, so what else we got? Apparently it's probably just the Switch version. Oh, it's still really bad on the Wii U, but yeah, that probably wasn't priority for them, was it, patching Breath of the Wild on Wii U, was it? Bit of a shame. But of course, I guess the best version now is emulating the Wii U one, isn't it? So I still need to figure that out. Because I've got that set up. Oh yeah, with the NES app, yeah, they probably... they've used a lot of the first parties lineup. And yeah, they're probably a bit limited on... I mean, they probably don't want to pay too much for third-party stuff on there, because you know, there's a chance it could go off like Netflix stars, and it's probably how they got City Connection. I hope they didn't pay much to get the rights for that on there. And yeah, stuff like the Mega Man games, like the Castlevania, Contra, stuff like that. Like, there's collections for those, so... I haven't picked up any of those yet, the Castlevania, like any of the Konami collections. I might grab one or two on Switch when they go on sale. I do like that they're doing those. Oh my god, look, everyone's after us, right? And again... lol. Although sometimes I get really excited when it's like, oh, we've got so many people after us, and then we send that many attacks out. And then you still don't get any KOs from it. Oh, we got that. I mean, we're not going to get like loads of badges from a single kill now, because no one's going to have like much in the way of badges, which... Oh god, okay, take that. How about this as well? This... Oh my god, oh wow, okay. It's just paying off more than it usually does, so that's nice. Oh my god, we got 6! Well, that's delightful. Okay, we'll keep at this person, because they look like they're, struggling a bit, so we'll be really mean to them. Go, get a bunch of combo in. Okay, so we're doing quite well in terms of... certainly don't usually have this many KOs by this point. The only thing is that people will then start to target us. Because they're like, well, if they kill... It basically means there's a bounty on my head. Because with that much in the way of badges, if someone kills me, they'll get a heck of a lot in terms of badge ranking back, so they'll really level up in terms of their attack. So now I'm a wanted man, I guess. Why did I hesitate to say that? troubling. But yeah, God, I could just play this game endlessly, man. I mean, Tetris has always been like that, but when you add like a really cool and honestly quite creative, I really like the way they've implemented the Battle Royale aspect of this, which seems like such a joke, doesn't it, to make a Tetris Battle Royale, but they did it, and it's really cool. And it's also a Battle Royale game I'm not completely dog shit at. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of a cryptic way to put that, but... God, I'm so bad at like PUBG and Fortnite and all the rest of them. And to be honest, I'm probably not that interested in playing them these days. I'll give Apex Legends a go sometime, maybe. No, Xanthem is really keen on that. It's really cool. So we've got 10 KOs in us. That's nice. I've made a bit of a mess of this, mind you. See if I can... Oh, here we go. Yeah, like sometimes you can pursue doing T-spins to a fault in this. I think I'll just have to make this a bit messy. That might be the case of pursuing the T-spin to a fault, honestly. Maybe not too bad, I can probably quickly... cool. Yeah, maybe I need to... Yeah, this might be where people are like, everyone's targeting me. Yeah. No! Oh, that's such a missed opportunity, because we got so many KOs, but... to be honest, I should have been playing much more cautiously at that point. I was trying to be too clever with T-spins there. No. Oh no, cricket! First message I see is I will win this game. No, yeah, okay, lesson learned. If I get a lot of momentum at that point, I just need to get the stack down pretty low. Because there's a temptation to build the stack up high and then you get more potential for combos, and... Like, I was trying to go after a T-spin there to a fault while talking about the dangers of going after T-spins to a fault in this game. So that's quite a lot to realise there. And no worries, Jeff, if you're still there, no worries if not. Maybe posted that like 5 minutes ago. Okay, I always figure, I think this will be a single T-spin? Yeah, cool. And then we got another, got a double one we can do there. That's fun. Cool. Yes. Yeah, I'm amazed how many people I've talked to with a Switch who haven't played this or like haven't touched it. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, I guess, but man, I was just all over this from... I mean, I remember when they announced it, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess I'll definitely play that and see what I think of it. And I didn't expect it to like just completely take over a good chunk of my Switch time I spent playing this. Oh man, I'm really gutted about that last game because we had such a good opportunity. There was so many people targeting us, and then we were able to kind of go back on that and really profit from it. I completely bungled it up. Got 2 KOs so far though, so that's... Hello Paul! How are you, Paul? I'm streaming for the first time in ages, man. How are you doing, man? It's been too long since I've heard that. that was very soothing, almost. I'm the only person to ever call that sound. Oh my gosh! Thank you. Thank you so much. I did think of, I haven't really had time to do it, but I do want to change the... You know what I want? It's because of that recent Banjo-Kazooie, the Smash trailer for that. There's like there's the animation of DK, Diddy Kong, and K. Rool like all just whooping and like really kind of enthusiastic. And like, oh, I want that for probably sub-animation I'll do that one for. That'd be so good for that. So I'll get that on there in time. But yeah, how you doing, Paul? Hope everything's well. It's I noticed you said you were taking a break from ARMS, which is very fair enough, man. It must take a lot of time to do all that. So good on you, good on you. Like, good on you for doing such a great job of it and getting such a community on that. And take all the time you need, you know, it's I was gonna say no one's put any pressure on you, I hope they're not. They're probably not. And yeah, I was just playing Virtua Racing, which is me on my bullshit, basically, because it's like an old SEGA thing that I really like, and when I stream I get to be really indulgent and talk about how much I like it. And then we're just finishing up with another game that's kind of me on my bullshit, just Tetris 99. I have played this thing so damn much, and there is no sign of stopping on it, so... I think to the point like the Switch gets replaced, I'll still be playing this eagerly. Okay with that. And yeah, unfortunately this is not a keeping up with chat friendly game either, so... I'm sure you're saying very wonderful, gracious things, so... I can't wait to read them. But, I know I can't. I don't know if I did the right thing there. Yeah, we haven't done it as well, at least... Well, actually, we're keeping a better stack on this game, at least. Oh god, oh god. Ooh, thank god. Should I go to... Oh my god, these two want me dead, don't they? Ah, I should have targeted them sooner so I can get the oh my god, oh, that's okay. Oh, relatively. Whatever. All of you. So I got T-spin set up there, and I spent way too long, oh god. Fuck it, damn it. Yeah, probably wasn't a good time to try and do a T-spin. Not that I was getting attacked that much. Okay, let's do a bit of combo-y fun. There we go. So I haven't got any more KOs recently. Let's see if we can change that. It's a good game to stream though. Well, it is in a sense, as I say, I just wish I could keep up with chat more doing this, but there is no downtime in a game of Tetris 99. That was the right thing to do. Oh god, ah, you silly. God, what a silly billow. Like, I guess I'm referring to the entity of the game when I say that. Yeah, even then I was like, ooh, T-spin potential on those, yeah. Oh god, just give me the bloody T-block, please. There we go. Awesome. I know there was an interview with Alexei Pajitnov. I'm probably horribly butchering that name, and I'm sorry to the man if I am. He was asked what his favourite blocks were, Tetris shapes were. I think he was like, I don't like the square block. The square block's a real jerk. Like, yeah, fair enough. The key of all people is allowed to say that. I mean, does he play Tetris often? He'd have the right to be. Oh god. Oh shit! I should have done that sooner. Damn it, man! A lot of these games have started off pretty well, but the competition's fierce. It is.
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Oi! Be nice, Doctor. This game's tough. Oh, let's have a look. They're doing good, thanks, man. Sat waiting for DPT to deliver. Oh, Mario Maker! Oh, that's coming today, is it? Oh, cool. Is that ironic, Cricken? Nah, it's fair enough, it's that. Yeah, I'm probably getting Mario Maker digitally, I think, so I'm gonna grab it off CD keys. I assume that probably can't be redeemed until tomorrow. But do enjoy Mario Maker if it comes to though. Oh yeah, Peds was talking about the Link's Awakening thing being that'd be enough for pre-order, so cool. Random lurker number 8. I hope they're well. I hope to God they're well as well. I haven't missed any, has anyone, no one new has come into chat, so I do want to say hello to them if they have. No, I don't think so. So I don't think I'm ignoring anyone. Not intentionally. I mean, I don't know if this is Rust though, Cricking, because I've been playing this often. Like, it's obviously been a while since I've streamed this, but I think I've just bungled it. You know what else I've bungled? The game name on the stream is too far to the right. Need to center that a bit more. What's that? Yeah, it's roughly about. Well, parents, what you then do is you stream this yourself and you show us how non-shit you are at Tetris, because I can't wait. That'll be great. He's definitely going to do that. He'll definitely show that because he is the man of his word and he wouldn't be shit talking if he couldn't do that. Then nobody cares. I don't know why I didn't play. That must have just been within the.
Meow.
That must have just been within the. Cooldown time, I told you that. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should try and play the speed more often, but then I usually end up making a mistake when I do. Just get like little bits where I just really let's do that quickly. God, I don't want to think about how many hours I've played of Tetris over the course of my life. I remember I got it, so I got my Game Boy Color Christmas 1990. Never got the game. Now we take action. Cool. Yeah, so I got my Game Boy Color Christmas 1998. And I got, weirdly, I got like Game & Watch Gallery 2 with it. A bit of an odd first choice, but it's for that reason I'm like fond of like Game & Watch stuff and like Mr. Game & Watch in Smash. Is like I was like the one kid in Wales who was like Mr. Game & Watch. He's from, I guess he's the guy from all those Game & Watch games I know through like second hand, even though I didn't play them in their original release. Oh, this is a bit of a disaster. I shouldn't have built that up so high. Oh right, actually, yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Don't like try and rely on big wells in this that you need loads of line pieces for. We got away with it that time, but that's not a reliable thing. You want to be doing often. Fine. I really want to do that. But a good T-spin potential there. Okay, got a bit of, oh, I didn't think we had, yeah. Bit of combo-y fun. Like, there are times where it's like, oh, come on, I did loads of stuff there, could someone not have died? Just how I choose to word that. Yeah, like, there are times where you're like, oh, come on, that should have been a KO somewhere, but you obviously can't really. That's the one thing with playing like this with so many players. You can't really get a good idea of, because a lot of times with a multiplayer puzzle game like this, you are kind of playing with an eye on where your opponent is with their field, and you can kind of notice like, oh, they're struggling here, so now would be a good time to attack and whatnot. You can get a vague idea of this. Like you can see the individual screens, obviously, but. Like, it's a lot to keep track of, and even by the time it lowers down to not many players, the game's going so fast at that point, you probably just want to keep focused on making sure your field doesn't just go completely out of work. slight one there. Not an amazing one, but get that done. Maybe I should start doing it. I've got quite a few people targeting me, so maybe I should be paying that a bit of mind. Oh, no. And they've all left. I was about to like try and target all of them. Bit of an awkward lot, isn't that? Oh, we can make it work though. Although we are going to definitely try and focus on getting the playfield down as much as we can. Not without a cheeky T-spin thrown in as well. Yeah, I haven't done amazingly. I've really got a couple of KOs on this. Oh god. Ah, shit. Okay, so can we keep this combo going? So we can stay alive? Not especially. Oh, please don't. Oh, please stop. Oh, god damn it. Aha! Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, thank god! Oh my gosh, right. That's what you get for picking a really sensible target to pick that could have very easily died there and just sort of cheese their way out of that. Moral of the story, kids. Oh god, you have no idea how... this is... Ah, damn it, missed a good T-spin possibility there. This game, man. This goddamn game. I love it, but I'm also quite sure it's probably, like, shorter than my life expectancy. You ever get that feeling in the game? I think it's a universal one. It's weird, because in a way this is like my game where I'm just like, yeah, I just want to play something where I know what to expect. Almost like it's a comfort zone relaxed kind of game. But it's not really relaxing in its pace or nature, but it sort of is. I don't really... I guess I know what I'm going to get with it. And I don't feel as like, you know, if you fail you just start again, whatever, you know. So I guess it's not stressful in that regard. Oh, you... Oh! Okay, every once in a while you cannot move, you cannot, like, twist your piece after you've dropped like that. I think it might be a latency thing. Oh, I did bite us a bit there. It could be a rogue. I think it'll be alright. Okay, yeah, I just want to get the stack to the bottom now. We're doing pretty well in terms of badges now, so here we go. Awesome. There we go, this is looking much safer than our typical playthroughs today, isn't it? So that's good. Ooh. Oh, that's what I bloody mean! I should have been able to adjust that, oh god. Oh god. Okay, no one's targeting us at least, but oh god, we need to fix this mess. Okay, now we really need to fix this mess. Yeah, I'm not really trying to be especially clever with my placement, I just want to... Oh dear. Oh, you... Oh, I swear to God, that's what I mean. It couldn't. Oh, should have been enough time to spin that first line piece there. Oh, sorry, I had to get agitated on stream, but oh, I should have had time for that. It just feels like sometimes there's like a tiny gap in the game's logic there. Oh God, Angry Jasm. Be like, calm down. That's our best one we've done, at least. I just... Oh, I felt like we might have had that one. Good jazz cut. Yay, Tetris one. Oh, if you're still there, Paul, thanks so much for tuning in. You stream, you are now Mr. Game & Watch. Delicious pun. If you're... I'll message you, Paul, if you're not there. To say thank you. No, I'm not used to dance mats, unfortunately. But yeah, fair shout, Crick, and we'll, I don't know if I stream it for much longer. But, yeah, I'll probably do like a couple more. I'm going past 6 o'clock, but I want to see if I can at least do maybe top 5 on this. I had a noise that last one. I feel like I could have had that. We'll see how this goes. Oh, bloody hell! Hello, Luke! You're right, man. Where do you come from? I didn't promote this stream much, but I'm always so happy when people I know in real life come on. Oh, thanks so much, man. Like, oh, good lad. Actually, I suppose we've been in like the same facility on streams, haven't we? Oh, are you? Oh, I'm probably following you, actually, probably from a while back. Oh, thanks so much. I'm talking as if Goofy's not sitting Evanescence? Yeah. In the background. But yeah, we're playing, oh god. You're like this, actually, Luke. This was requested earlier. Hey. It's my life story, this song. Yeah, so we were playing that earlier, the SEGA re-release they did today, Virtua Racing, which I've been stupidly excited for too long. And I wanted to play this, but we're having error messages about at the moment, so that's fun. But yeah, just finishing off with a bit of Tetris and getting mad at it, because I feel like I should be able to spin pieces at times, and it doesn't seem like I can. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've only played it a little bit. I downloaded both of these, grabbed both of those off the US eShop. I don't know a lot about God Eater. The name is the name always raises questions, doesn't it? It's a Monster Hunter style thing, isn't it? Like, I've not played it too much, I'm afraid. It seems cool. That seems cool as well. That's like that's a visual novel sort of thing. Just so well suited to the Switch. But yeah, I don't know if that's on the UK eShop, is it? Because I read it was on the US one, so I used my US account to grab it. But I don't know. I'm not sure the exact details on if it's on the UK one. I hope it sounds like you really want to play. Oh, have you been playing it as well? Oh, literally a grind fest. Yeah, I'll bet. I know Monster Hunter games tend to be really grindy, but then I don't think you feel that too badly with those, because it's just how much minutia there is to them, how much there is to kind of absorb with them. Oh, cool. What are they... Am I right in saying that series started out on PSP? Because I think it was probably something that, in the wake of how big Monster Hunter became in Japan on PSP, I feel like it might have been a response to that. I might be wrong on that, but that's kind of the impression I got. So was it? Yeah, Starlight. Oh, cool. I think there's 1 or 2 of them on Steam as well. I might be wrong on that. And then, I mean, obviously, for any kind of PSP sort of thing, the Switch is a really good place to put that kind of game now. So it's a good shout to get it on there. This newest one, is it coming out on like Switch and then like PS4 as well, and maybe PC? I'm not sure. That's cool they're still doing that. There's obviously still an audience for them. As I said, I've always heard pretty good things about them, just not really a series I've played too much of. Oh my god, can you imagine if we actually... okay, I need to actually work this stack down a bit. I've got a bit over the top there. There we go. Yeah, speaking of like re-releases and such, they're doing a remake on this, aren't they? The Panzer Dragoon. Which I think they did announce before the E3 Direct, but that was still quite a lovely surprise to see footage of it, wasn't it? Right, here we go. Yeah, I could probably... I wish I could still have the thing I really wish this game had was an option to turn the sound and the music on or off. so I could turn the music off, because the sound effects are quite useful in this, in terms of just quick audio cues. But I'm still like, yeah, it's quite nice to have the playlist and song requests on, isn't it, for something like this? Where it is the same song every time, anyway. Oh dear. Oh god, I better not, like, I better not bungle this early on. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, Luke. I really got into streaming the past year or so. I haven't streamed much recently because of like family-related things, but yeah, it's such a... The thing I love with streaming games, it's a really great motivator to like play game. Oh god, is that gonna kill me? Yeah. Drat. Wow. So that was great. PC, PS4, and Switch. It's Monster Hunter's edgy anime cousin. I mean, gods are on the menu apparently, so yeah, it's pretty. It's definitely pretty dark in a certain way, isn't it? Freedom Wars. Yeah, I remember seeing the cover for that. Was that Vita only? I feel like I remember seeing that recommended for Vita for latest things. Oh, cool. Yeah, I do apologise, this isn't a game I can keep up with chat on very easily. There's just no downtime on it. Oh, hold on, I turned the thing off by accident. There we go. Yeah, there's no downtime in there. I think I'm fooling myself into thinking, oh, like, I'll play this until I win a game. There's a good chance that's not happening. But we can certainly try. I do like you continuing to rap, was it Legend of Dark Witch as well? Please continue to do so. Make sure that gets played on the Nintendo South Wales event on Saturday. Fine. Yeah, I don't really want to stack them up like that. Get a T-spin in there at least. Get a KO as well, okay. Now let's try and work on the mess we've created. But still try and get a bit... See if we can there we go. Hooray! Nuts. Oh, damn it. So I'm to keep that combo going a bit longer, but it's a bit like it's sometimes if you want to kind of keep doing the combo like that, it is quite dependent on what pieces you get. Yeah, we didn't really have oh, speaking of crash, is that quite? Try to see if I need to turn the volume up on that. Turn it up a bit, I think. I do hope the audio balance is good on that. I've generally figured out like where on OBS you want the audio bars to be. So I hope that's alright. But yeah, are you, if you're still there, Lou, no worries if not, are you, are you going on Saturday, man? I think, was it you who said you might be working that day? Because if not, we need to get someone to represent Legend of Dark Witch, don't we? If not you, then, anyone else who might happen to own it. Actually, yeah, we can do that. Okay. Right, we need to act fast now. Oh god! Damn it! Oops. We need to act fast, but we also need to act in ways that make sense. That's alright, we're okay. For now. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Oh, God. Don't play this if you've got high blood pressure. I mean, I probably shouldn't play it. I don't think it's good for me. Oh, man. I do love it. There we go. Good tune to accompany it as well, isn't it? There we go. Go. Right. Oh my, I didn't realize how many KOs we have. Okay, right. Okay, we're playing, well, I'm going to aspire to play safely, but I'll probably try and do something stupid. Like this. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that wasn't completely idiotic. Makes a change. Okay, yeah, I am still trying to... Okay, okay, right. Shit. Oh god, I didn't need another one. Oh, you son of a... Oh, I should have, yeah. I think that's partly on me, because I did get to, I should have been getting that stack lower down, but I just couldn't resist trying to do artsy, like, T-spin stuff to try and help me. Good, Jeff. Ooh, Jeff, that's a good shout on the Grandia song. Oh, yeah, Luke, I bloody love, why does that keep going off the song name on the stream? Yeah, I adore the Danganronpa games, Luke. 1 to 3, and I didn't like it as much, but the third-person spin-off, shooter spin-off was still fun. Had a good dynamic between the two main characters there. I didn't think the sequel anime was very good, was it Danganronpa 3, but still watched all of it. Yeah, like I mean, I love Phoenix Wright, I love visual novels, and I think I wouldn't say I've got a twisted sense of humour, but the twisted humour in Danganronpa does work on me as well. Bloody Monokuma, he's such a little wretch, isn't he? Oh, you had Monster Hunter on PS2, did you, Cricket? Oh, cool, because it didn't really... I get the impression it didn't really take off on PS2, especially, so you were definitely quite early to the party on that. Like, it does seem like that series really came into its own on portable systems with PSP and 3DS, especially in Japan, it seems like. Well, no, I should, to clarify, Luke, I mean, I didn't really bother with the, because there was the Danganronpa anime that was just an adaptation of the game, wasn't there? Yeah, I hear that's alright, but like, it has to cut out a lot of stuff. Kind of understandably, really. No, I mean, like, they did that weird sequel anime, which got I mean, the series is kind of silly and daft in a way, but, like, there was a lot of stuff in that where it's like, I don't think they really thought that plot twist through or stuff like that. I hate to be that guy, I don't like to nitpick and stuff like that, but even by that standard, some of it was a bit like, guys, come on, this is quite weak. Unfortunately. It's still some cool moments in there, as I remember. If I remember, I think I was a bit disappointed because I remember that, so I think it was Danganronpa 3, I think it was called. And then when they did the third Danganronpa game, that was just called V3. That was called V3, I think, to differentiate it. And I remember the first episode of that anime, it really set it up to be like, oh, it's going to be quite, it's going to be a bit horror, sort of, like, kind of like the first Danganronpa is. Like a real sense of kind of dread and... But then it came kind of actiony, and I remember there was just a lot of, like, the main character getting chased over and over again, and it wasn't particularly tense, I didn't think, or... Like, it didn't quite have that... I wanted it to be really nasty, basically, I guess. That's what that says about me. But yeah, a lot of... There's stuff to critique in those games, definitely. Like, I think, like, a lot of visual novels, they could do with being... They don't need to be as long as they are, really. They do they could do with a bit of editing down in places, but it's still got that clause in me. Same as Steins Gate, which didn't originate on Vita, but certainly that's where I played it, and really goddamn enjoyed Steins Gate. And the anime for that is actually really good as well. It's just, that's a reasonable way to experience that story. I still prefer the quote-unquote game or visual novel, just because there's more detail to it. But again, as much as I love it, that could probably do with being truncated. Oh god, man! Wow. Bad couple of games there, isn't it? Well, we'll keep going. That was annoying because we had such a big well there, but we didn't have any line pieces. We won't get any anytime soon. Yeah, I like Total Dusk as well, quite a lot. Oh my god, Jeff, look at this! Just happened to get in the shuffle playlist the Grandia theme right after your battle request. This is a gorgeous piece, this. This is a live performance this is from. So there you go. I can't believe the odds of that. I've turned it up quite high, so I hope it's not gonna like... Actually, yeah, there we go, down one. This is lovely, yeah, the Danganronpa game, they're not for everyone. I mean, visual novels definitely aren't. But they're the sort of thing, if they get their hooks in me, they really get their hooks in there. I'm hoping we get more on Switch in time. Because they're obviously such a good fit for a portable system. Yeah, I think they're all on PS4 now as well, I want to say. They're not on Switch, unfortunately. But I think like 1, 2, V3 and I think Ultra Despair Girls, the spin-off as well, I think, is too. That one might have gone a bit too twisted for me, Ultra Despair Girls. That was some... oh god. It was kind of tackling a few themes. I was like, you guys probably shouldn't do this in this kind of thing, but I still liked aspects of it. Yeah, this was some. It wasn't Video Games Live. This is from something like that. I don't know how I came across it, but it's such a lovely sweeping theme, this, and it really captures the sense of adventuring. I was going to say Danganronpa in Grandia so well, doesn't it? And Grandia's getting a remaster as well soon, although there is some concern over like screenshots, like it looks like they kind of blurred it up a bit. So hopefully they make that stuff optional, or imagine on PC you'll be able to mod it out, but hopefully for the console version as well, they make it optional. Right, let's get this stack down. I'm letting it get too high without having line pieces ready. There we go. There we go. That's gotta KO one of those two people, surely. I was going after attackers there, and I was just really trying to... I was gonna say lay it into them, that might be a bit of an overly vicious way of wording that, but... There we go. Yeah, it's a shame I was streaming when I played Danganronpa V3, but I think I kind of reasoned I didn't want like people coming into the chat and spoiling it. I'd probably be more willing to take that risk now. It probably wouldn't have happened. Especially if I put, well, I'd hope especially if I did put, like, it was a blind playthrough. Is this the... I think this is the live version. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. There's me saying this in the live version. I think this is actually the game. Yeah, the one in the game, actually. This is the one that plays, like, over the anime opening and all that. Oh, God. Please leave me alone, people. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, thank God. Bloody hell, would you look at how precarious this is? Ah, damn it. Yeah. We're having a bit of a disappointing run on this today, aren't we? Yeah, it was on Saturday originally. I'd say, well, maybe I'll say I'll do 1 or 2 more games on this, but I'll probably keep going though, me. Oh wait, Jeff, did you actually add that? Oh god, I think you actually did add that to the playlist after all, so it wasn't a what are the odds kind of. Oh my goodness, I need more sleep, don't I? Yeah, it's quite nice that Grandia remaster. It'll be a nice way for more people to play it. Yeah, I've heard how good Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler are. I've played demos of both of them, and the music basically made me cry in both of them because it was so good. The overall theme in Bravely Default, oh my god. Lovely theme, that. Let's have a look, playing Octopath, Hollow Knight, Monster Hunter, and Necrodons. That's a lovely lineup right there, man. Is that the DLC you're doing for all Hollow Knight? Oh, you're getting Octopath, you, Jeff? Oh, nice. Yeah, it's cool that's come on PC now, isn't it? Hopefully that gets like ported to like the at least PlayStation as well, so just more people can play it. It's that's definitely one I'll grab on PC at some point. Probably not right away. It's my I've got too much stuff to play as it is, and stuff to buy, let alone like a really big RPG. But I do want to get to it in time. I love the art style of Octopath. God, this is a gorgeous theme, isn't it? It's quite Studio Ghibli, this, which is fitting. I do actually get a bit of a Studio Ghibli vibe from Grandia. I mean, basically every JRPG ever has elements of Laputa, Castle in the Sky. Like, that is a very JRPG movie in a really fun way. Yeah, amazing music in the Grandia games. They have great battle systems as well. Oh, it's like 50 quid, is it? Yeah, hopefully you can get like cheaper on like Green Man Game. Oh god. On one of the like Steam. I don't think they're resellers, just sort of places you can get Steam codes from, basically. Yeah, 50 quid might be a bit much. Yeah, Square Enix do tend to be quite so stuff like the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remaster on Switch is like, I think like 45 or something like that. It's been a bit of that on Switch, hasn't there, of like Capcom taking the mick as well. Oh well, at least they'll go on sale in time and then be a bit more reasonable. Like, I wouldn't mind Devil May Cry 1 on Switch, but I'm probably not going to buy that. I mean, at least they're not charging 30 quid for it, but I'll wait for that to go on sale a bit. Or maybe just wait for Devil May Cry 3 on there. That'd be a really cool one to add, probably. Although even then again, I'll probably still wait for a sale. I'm just gonna be like completely flabbergasted if they actually release Devil May Cry 2 on its own. Like, would anyone buy Devil May Cry 2 on its own in 2019? And Godspeed to them. Sorry, Jeff, I know you've got a bit of a soft spot for DMC2. That's a bit mean. God, I'm in a mess of that. That's what you get for making fun of Devil May Cry 2. Ooh, this is a good little tune. From a pretty shitty licensed game, actually. There's a few of these, like, throughout the 8 and 16-bit era, like, bad licensed games that still have amazing soundtracks. It's probably quite a good fit for Tetris. Like, ah! Cool. But yeah, it's quite. I mean, the thing I love about games nowadays is there is just every kind of game is getting made now. Like, maybe not always in the AAA space, quote unquote, sure, but if there's a particular kind of game you like or are nostalgic for, there's probably a modern equivalent for it. Even if it's not like quite from the franchise you might want it from, sure, but like there's plenty of horror games about, there's plenty of like a lot of niche genres are being well served. To say, even if not in the AAA space, but that's okay. Like, you don't always need a crazy budget to make a good game. Oh god. Ah, but you do need to be doing better at Tetris than this, Jasmine. Holy shit. £50 for 17 films, Oh, for the Studio Ghibli collection. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got a few of the Studio Ghiblis on Blu-ray. I would like more. Summer Wars is really cool, yeah. It's kind of bonkers. It's it has weird takes on like how the internet works. I mean, it's all done quite abstract, I think, to be creative. But yeah, Summer Wars is really cool. I think that's the same director who did Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Wolf Children as well, and those are both superb. To be honest, I tend to prefer anime films to shows, if I'm honest. Maybe because they're not as much of a commitment. But like some of the very Ghibli-esque ones, I mean, obviously including Ghibli stuff. Like Your Name as well and stuff like that. Billy Hatcher would be, yeah. There was a PC version of that back in the day. I don't know how easy that is to get working. I have played it a little bit on Dolphin, the Wii GameCube emulator. It's great at high resolutions, that game. It's such an oddball one. I have got a real soft spot for it. I don't feel the slight bit of teenage like insecurity over getting it. I think especially because of like that song with the kids just singing la 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 over and over again. I mean that quickly subsides, and I'm just like, yeah, give me all the cutesy, silly shit. Give me all my chicken attire wearing bizarro protagonists. I'll play as all of them. Oh god, it's got really loud, isn't it? There you go. I have to really turn that down. Damn, I'm trying to keep it like within a certain threshold so it doesn't completely block my voice out, but you can still hear it. So if it's gonna suddenly like raise the volume like that, it's gonna be difficult. There you go. I think you'll find going after me on this is a good proposition, but I can maybe get back. There we go. Oh god. Oh my god. So I'm going to try and keep on that person that was targeting me, because they've got quite a high stack, and they've also got... Oh god, they're not about to like get back from it though, are they? Because sometimes you do that and you still don't really get the rewards from it, I think, because I guess because technically they didn't die because of your stack. Oh man. Look at this madness. Oh my god. At least we've very good. Alright, we'll take this one. And then... Oh god. Get down. Over there. Maybe I might waste that time there. At least we're still in, but... Like, sometimes I do try and pursue one player on this. I'm like, oh, I think I can take them out, but I can really... Oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh god, I had a really bad day of this. Yeah, Summer Wars is great. Sounds like Risk of Rain, is it? Somebody's tuned into these streams. How? She was, I think talking about playing the second Risk of Rain. Oh, here you go. Here you go, Jeff. No, don't worry about that at all, Jeff. Just so great, like, there's never any, you know, I'm aware people aren't going to be glued to a stream, like, doing absolutely nothing else. Or, like, you know, commitments can rise, or just be like, that's fine, please never worry about that. Just thanks so much for tuning in, that's all, man. I hope CTR's going well. It's not going well for me, because I can't bloody play it. At least online. Like, I really hope they fix those issues. I feel like they probably won't, though, in time. Like, it'll probably won't be fixed until after, like, my brother's back and he takes the copy back with him to London. Which is fair enough, because it's his and he did pay for it. Just wanted to get a quick fix of it before then waiting until it comes on PC. God knows how much later. Ooh, that worked out quite nicely. We got a lot of line pieces, part of the plan that lined up at that point. God, I wish puns like that I was in cat mid-sentence. I just want to be surprised by that. Turn the music up a bit too loud. Thank you so much, Pez. Thank you very, very, very kindly for the sub, sir. That is very, very, very generous of you. Thank you so very much. Oh, thank God. I was like, give me a bloody TV game. But no, thanks so much, guys. We had a few subs today. They were always greatly appreciated, so thank you. God, this is such a Golden Sun sounding song, isn't it? But it's from Mario Golf, I think? Where they still have that signature Camelot sound, which is really cool. Ah, damn it. Oh, we haven't got any KOs yet. I feel like we would have... a bit guts of that, because we had that really big combo string early on, didn't we? Oh my god, look at this madness. No one attack us while we try and figure out what the hell we're trying to do, yeah. There we go. Oh, shit! Oh, god, that was so stupid. Oh, what a miserable few games we've had on this. Yeah, I guess we'll have to take it with humour, won't we? Oh my god, look at this. Wow. Yeah, this is probably done. Oh god, this game's so difficult. Oh, I should have known my first time streaming this in ages wouldn't go very well. Not enough pet sims. Yeah, I think is it the same director across those films as well, Luke? I want to say, like Wolf Children, Good and Every Time, and Summer Wars. I think also I want to say there's a Digimon movie. The guy I'm thinking of worked on as well, and you can see like traces of that in Summer Wars, which is quite funny. But you need to play every single one of those pads. Without question. Oh, this is a good track, Jeff. I played a good bit of Breath of Fire 3. I never finished it, but a lovely game. And oh god, that song name. Is that the name of a Crash Bandicoot level as well? Or was it Croc? I've seen that pun name, like, it's like, oh, they got that past... Well, they probably didn't get that past the censors. The censors were just like, fine, kids probably won't catch that. That's quite funny. Yeah, it's got a really jazzy soundtrack, this game. It's a curious fit for like a medieval fantasy RPG, but it's really neat. Sonic 06. I made the second story in Digimon. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have to. I'm really not familiar with Digimon, but I have seen like bits of that and sort of be like, oh, that's. I'd probably be interested in watching that, like not as a Digimon fan, just as like a. I want to see what else this guy did. Because I really like, as I say, I love all three of those films. Wolf Children is so nice, isn't it? It's such a sweet little. And quite melancholy, actually, coming of age film. And I don't think I've rooted for any character more than for the mother in Wolf Children. Bless her, she really does her best in that movie. I should have known this would happen. I'm not very good at it. If I say, oh, I'm going to stop streaming at this time, I never bloody stop at that time. Let's keep going. It's a sickness. Cool. Can we has... Oh, there we go. I was gonna beg the game for a KO there, and I think it it knew to be like fire, and you could have those. So that's nice. Oh god. I didn't really play out how I wanted it. Oh, this is a nice track. What's this? Oh, Tekken 2! Oh, cool! I would have guessed this was Tekken. That's interesting. It's got. Unfortunately, Tekken's another thing I'm not really that deeply familiar with. Obviously, kind of know it from like friends having it and whatnot. I know you said you were really keen on it, Jeff, which is really cool. God, it was such a big thing back in the PS1 days, wasn't it, Tekken? I think it still is now, like the most recent game, 7, I think? Seemed to do really well, so it's good there's still a market for fighters like that. Oh god. Tell you what, having a bit of badges under our belt from KOs, that helped so much there. Because I was able to take away quite a lot of damage that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. God, lovely use of Oriental instruments in this track, isn't there? I remember loving those kind of the sounds of those kind of instruments in the Goemon game on N64, Mystical Ninja. Yes, this isn't a fight. This is not a fight song, surely, is it? Yeah, it's quite cool to hear this from like a fighting game. Yeah, great little track this. They never did make that Tekken Cross Street Fighter game as well, did they? They made the one the other way around, like Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Still, at least we got Akuma in Tekken. Yeah, I think it was 7, which is neat. So whenever I played that game, I've just been like, I don't even main Akuma otherwise, but I'm just like, yeah, I'll be the Street Fighter fellow. Well, I won't be as very smart on this game because I just did a stupid mistake. Oh god. Speaking of. Can I? Oh no. Yeah, I don't really need it. I don't know if I need this. This is Mario Party Bowser music, I think. It's really helping heighten just how terrifying the current situation is in this. Oh god. We are gonna doggedly fight back. God damn it, we are not gonna go to hell without whinging really loudly. Or a fight, I guess. Oh god. Bloody hell, it's relentless, isn't it? Look how many lines we've done, we're still bloody... Ah, game, I needed a T-piece there. Okay, you know what, that was a good shot of it. That was relentless, holy hell. With line after line. I think Sonic 06 might be the room of video games. It feels like it's celebrated in a similar manner. Like with great irony, and it's always pointed to as like the go-to joke game. Aw, thank you, Ido. Good doggo. Let me turn this down a tiny bit. Apologies if the music's ever so loud that you can't hear me. Oh well. If you're only going to hear one, it's probably better you hear the game song, because these are really cool. Yeah, I think that was kind of the worry with Street Fighter characters in Tekken. Yeah, Luke Pence in chat there has been streaming Sonic 06. He's doing the whole thing, fair play to him. It's commitment to the craft, though. Yeah, this is great, Jeff. I've never really taken note of Tekken music, so really need to hear it as good as it is. To be honest, I am definitely more of like a 2D fighter kind of fan, like especially Street Fighter is more my thing, but I still like 3D fighters. I think I probably enjoy them in a more... Well, I probably do enjoy fighters in a more casual vein, because I'm not good enough to like get super hardcore at them, but I think 3D fighters especially, I'm probably more just happy to play as like a knockabout sort of game. Like I've got a big soft spot for Soul Calibur, even though I've not played every game in that series. I would like to get the newest one though, just to play as 2B. Oh come on, we must have KO'd someone there. Look how many lines we did. Oh good, we're getting someone after us. Fine, get it out of your system. It's a bit luck of the draw what kind of garbage gets sent your way on this. Actually, this is pretty good, because once we get to this point... there we go. Hey. Oh wow, I got 2 out of that. So, probably doing pretty well for this point in terms of badges. There we go. Do you stream at all yourself, Luke? Because I think I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you, or following you, so I always get this too confused. Oh yeah, you guys see that about like the recent doing subscriber-only streams? Oh yeah, don't worry, we won't be doing any of those around here. As much as I greatly appreciate my subscribers, I don't want to like lock people out of stuff. I mean, to be honest, I still don't know how I'm getting people subscribing. I don't recall doing any bribes, but I have forgotten more outrageous things, so maybe. But like that does seem like something probably more for the bigger streamers, doesn't it? I'm silly as I say it. Like, I mean, the only way I'd consider doing that is like, okay, just make this completely 100% charity. And even then, I'd probably just rather do more of a people can tune in and like just a fundraiser sort of thing. I'll follow your step, Jeff, of doing a swear jar in the stream and then donating that to donate that to charity like you did. That was a really good show, man. Let's keep this fairly low down. This is one of those things where I stopped paying attention to like how many KOs or badges I've got now. I look back and we've actually got quite a lot now. So that's good, but again it means we'll be a target. So we need to be vigilant. And not let it get stupidly high like I usually try and do. Because I don't really need many more kills if any really, so I can probably just try and play quite carefully. Nope. Nope. There we go. Oh yes, yes, thank you. Oh, okay, the game was really nice to me there. I really needed a line piece there. I need it here as well. Yeah, everyone's bloody after me. God damn it. I don't like witch hunts. Especially when they're right to do it. Alright, come on, T-piece, T-piece. Thank you. Thank you. I go off you lot. They want my badges. I'm not giving them. I'm bloody farmer with a shotgun. Get off my precious multicoloured Techno block property. Let me ruin it myself. I don't want you lot doing it. Yeah, dear. Let's get a little messy. Oh shit, shit, shit. This is looking bad. But thankfully, because we've got like a lot, because we have got a lot of badges, it does mean we can. Oh god, we can fight back pretty well, so it doesn't take as many lines to deplete the damage being done. Oh god. So what's this one looking like? It's a good track for this as well, isn't it? That's Levin's one. Oh god, oh jeez. Oh dear. Oh, game, please give me a... Oh, you... Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, that was a case of I needed one piece so... I needed a particular shape so bad and it was like 6 away. Oh, I'm gutted about that. I was feeling really good about that. God, this game is vicious, man. Especially with Castlevania creepy music. Oh, I'm so gutted about that. I think is that the? Oh no, I think we came 6 once. Damn it, we're going like an hour longer than I intended to, but we'll keep going. He wants. Oh, you'd be willing to stream, Luke. Yeah, if you want to do PS4, Xbox One, it's pretty easy. Yeah, you just do that through the console. You can do it through PC as well. Obviously Switch you would need a capture card for that. With PC you just need software called OBS and there's like Streamlabs as well. Yeah, go for it if you want, man. It's the sort, I mean, especially if you're like on PS4 or Xbox One, you might as well just like set it up, and I kind of see it at that point. If people turn up, cool. If they don't, they don't. Because you'll just be playing the game anyway regardless. It's a good laugh, as I say. I find I really plow on with a game if I'm streaming it. Usually anyway, there's been exceptions. But like, it's a good way to kind of motivate me to really get my claws into a game, and because something like this, I sometimes do multiplayer stuff like this, but I especially love streaming like single player stuff on stream. It's really nice to have a chat to interact with as well. And you've got a good chance of. It's quite nice when you can start with a guaranteed audience. Like, I'll certainly tune in if I ever see you stream it, man. You could probably get like some other people from Nintendo South Wales as well. Because I was quite lucky to sort of know people off the forum, so I was sort of able to quote unquote network through that. And like I've had Ben show up quite a lot. Usually saying snarky things, because it's Ben. And Lindsay as well, and Thomas and Lewis actually a couple of times as well. It is always a bit like I'm always a bit embarrassed when people show up. I'm like, oh my god, oh no, this needs to be. I can't get away with the stream being bad now. But I joke that everyone's always really sweet about it, but still. Oh god, less so whatever the hell I just did there. Oh wow, this is a weird first run we're having here. We're doing quite a lot of. I'm noticing that we're fighting back quite a lot in terms of how much we're doing in terms of lines versus the amount of blocks getting destroyed. I'm still hoping for a win today. I might need to go on to kind of a path of acceptance that might not happen. I think I won, not the last time I played this, maybe the time before. And there's been times where I'm like, okay, I'll play and see if and then when I win, I'll call it. But then I get such a high off winning, I'm like, oh, I want to see if I can do it again. And I usually can't, because it's not that likely with this many players, but still, one can dream. Oh, I should be doing attackers. I should be going after attackers, actually. There's so many of them. There we go. But yeah, we're streaming off like Xbox One or PS4. You just kind of go. I don't know how it works on Xbox One. I know on PS4 you just like hold the share button down. There's like there's a few options you gotta like figure out, but it's not too bad. But yeah, sorry, I don't mean to like pressure you in case you're like you kind of had second thoughts about it. Like it's not gonna be everyone's thing, but I could see you really liking streaming. Like, it'd be really cool if you did get into it. And played bloody terrifying Metroid songs as well. It's such a great opening to this game. How loud is that? Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, because the playlist, like, the volume of songs varies quite a lot, so I've gotta be constantly checking for audio balance. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this one, but then I felt pretty good about, like, the last... How many of these have we done today? So we'll see. Oh, damn, I was hoping that could be a combo. Still, it's pretty good going. Sorry about that. Oof, there we go. Oh god, everyone's after us. Okay. Oh no! Oh, you shit. Oh god, that's probably, yep. Oh, God. It's exhausting. Okay, definitively one more match now. Oh, I've had so many, I'm like, oh, this might be the one, and then and then that happens. Oh, you guys talking about Digimon games? Oh, cool. Doing good request here, Jeff. I like the phone on one. What's this one? Oh, this is from the Sonic after the sequel, that fan game. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not getting too... I'm not going to pretend I'm not susceptible to a bit of gamer annoyance, but I can usually laugh about it quickly after to kind of buffer that. And as someone who is sensible to who is sensitive to like a bad mood around me or near me from someone, I don't want to I don't want these to be too bitter, these streams. So forgive me if I'm getting a bit kind of overly grouchy. I just want to win. That's gonna go into like pitiful territory now, isn't it? So I just we'll see. I mean, I can have like the worst string of rounds on this game and I'll still like be on it again tomorrow or whatever, you know. It's got its claws in me regardless. I think, you know, I was saying earlier, like Virtua Racing is a game I can, you know, even if I don't do well on it, I don't mind. That might be less so with this. I'll still have fun with it, obviously. I mean, you kind of have to still enjoy this even when you don't come first, because that's going to happen a lot when there aren't that many players in a game like this. But still, I would like to win. Yeah, it takes so many more, oh god. What did I do in a previous life? I don't doubt I did something horrible to deserve all this, I just want to know what I did. What god did I anger? Is it all of them? If so, let's get going. This is quite cool, Jeff. I wouldn't have guessed this was a Sonic, like a Sonic fan game or anything like that. Like that bit. So almost reminded me of, I was gonna say Toe Jam and Earl, maybe not quite. It's certainly a style of music I don't associate with Sonic, but it's really cool. But no, I suppose Sonic games do try many different genres of music, so I guess it's not out of the question. Really groovy little track, isn't it? I love that bit. It's very danceable. Oh, damn it! Put that in the wrong place. Yeah, I like to build up big combo kind of towers in this, but there are times I probably need to be a bit more precarious about it. There we go. So we got a few KOs in. So if we get like attacked madly like before, at least we should have a better buffer for it. But again, we do need to play carefully. I think there's a way to do like a triple T-spin, so you get like 3 lines with a T-spin, with a T-shape basically in a very specific way, based on like the formation I've got on the bottom 3 lines, but I don't think I can make that work, because I don't really know how. Hey, speaking of Sonic, kind of by association anyway. It's Ice Cap, everyone, it's Ice Cap. It's a shame they seemingly, for whatever reason, just can't re-release Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I mean, we can kind of make educated guesses, but like, it's such a shame it's not on the Mega Drive Mini. I mean, you can hack it in, sure, but I still think there's something to be said for what the system comes with and what a lot of people will be playing on that. Just like who aren't gonna hack it. Because I think it's got every other Sonic game on Mega Drive. I don't think it's got Sonic 3D, but it's got like Spinball, Mean Bean Machine, and the first two games. No, at least we got Sonic 3 Air. That's definitely how I'll replay 3 Knuckles. Like, it's so nice we got a something of a Christian Whitehead kind of version of it, even if not official though. Yeah, go on. Yeah, this is a really cool. Like, I think even if you didn't know the association of this being like what was used for Ice Cap Zone on Sonic 3, like, this is still a really cool little song. Right? It's a very sad one actually if you listen to the lyrics of it proper. It's quite melancholy, but it's really cool still. There we go. Again. Yeah, it's really worth trying to learn how to do those T-spin things I'm doing like this. It's surprising how I didn't really sit down and learn though. I think just at some point I started to recognise when it was a good time to try and do them. Because I think like you can do a variant of that where you like you're doing 3 lines, but those ones I think you really would have to sit down and learn, which is why I don't know how to do them. And they look really difficult as well. Like, these are definitely worth learning if you want to do well at those. There are good videos on YouTube for... God. Oh, bugger off. No! No, I really don't... Hey, Loco! Oh! God. Oh, that's upsetting. I think we will have to call it there as well. Oh, that's a shame. We didn't do that well, really, did we, on this? We did better on Virtua Racing. I hadn't really played that before. Like, only briefly on emulator, like other versions of it. What's that whiskey in the jar? Oh, whiskey. Oh, I think I recognise that, yeah. Yeah, we'll do Loco Roco at some point as well. Yeah, I'll figure out the PS4 setup because we got quite far in the first Loco Roco, didn't we? No, sorry Jeff, I have got to sort food out. It's a bit of a shame. I would love to otherwise. If I didn't have to, I probably would be, even if I had said that was going to be the last one. But yeah, thanks so much everyone. It'd be a really nice way to come back this. Nice double bill of Virtua Racing and Tetris 99. Even if Tetris didn't go as well as I would have liked, and I got a bit cross about that. It's okay, we laughed about it. And cried, but laughed while crying. It's a healthy combination. Yeah, thanks so much, Emma. Thanks so much for coming in for the first time, as I say, Luke. That was a really lovely surprise to have you come in, man. I'll put it on quickly, Peds. What is it? Oh, it's Ped's whiskey in the jar. Oh, this is you doing karaoke, is it? Let's have a listen. It's too loud in your ears, apparently. Hey! Hey, oh, fair play, man. That's so good. Oh man. How long did you do this for? Like, I lose my voice after like trying to sing a song and a half, and like I can't really sing anyway. Oh, it's that song. That's it. Well, on that delightful note, hour or so, fair play. Oh, Luke went away. Oh, damn it! I have to thank him later by message. Hope you enjoyed that anime you went to watch. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone. I'll catch you next time. I'm not going to stream again tonight, so if anyone else does. Actually, I always forget to raid. So now that's just crossed my mind. This is so good. Oh, Dragon's still still streaming, is he? Yeah, cool. So we're gonna... Listen to him, what a legend! That's so good. Yay! Yeah, cool. So we'll go raid Dragon then. I'll wait for your daddy-o. Awesome. But yeah, well, that sounds quite fun, that karaoke thing. But yeah, let's go raid. Do we have a raid message? Gamer Jim, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just about to raid actually, but I'm just finishing now. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I gotta go raid. I do have to go now, sorry, but just did a quick bit of Virtua Racing, which just came out on Switch. And then I failed at Tetris 99 for like an hour or so. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Do we have a raid message? What should we say to Dragon as we come in now? Yeah. Right. Yeah, raid message. Sure, why not? Okay. Jazz ham is tasty. No, don't be daft, man. Tuning in at all, like, regardless of when, is so appreciated. As I said, I'm sorry it's right as I have to go. I would keep going if I wasn't... I do have to go elsewhere, alas. But thank you so much. Yeah, let's go give Dragon a nice road.